Hey, we got seats now.
We do.
This is
not on
cool.
the floor anymore.
Yeah, no floor,
futon,
no
boy.
bed.
Yeah.
Actual podcast
This can
comfort.
this can pull out into a bed, but you gotta like pick it up and like fold it out. It's not just it doesn't pull out conveniently.
You gotta work it.
Yeah, you gotta like pick it up and do some stuff to it. And the thing is, like, if you fold this futon out into a bed, it's pretty big and it takes up the whole room. This room seems so much bigger when we were looking at it.
Yeah.
When we were looking at it for the first time before we moved in, and now it's
once you start adjusting to the room and filling it with your things, you realize that things aren't as big.
This thing in the background right here fell down. One of the
did it?
I had Animal Crossing amiibo cards hanging there, and one of them must have fallen down. I'll have to put that back up. I've just been a lot of work putting this office together. Oh my god, that's all this past month has been.
Yeah.
Man. I guess I did a little bit of work on it before we did the last podcast too. I showed up. I don't know how much work I did between then and now. It's a thing. So I don't know how much we went over last time. How did this look last time you were here?
Okay, so when I was here, you had the amiibos up.
Yeah.
You didn't have Kyle Hyde up yet.
No, I got that Kyle Hyde poster up there.
Unless Kyle was hiding.
Yeah, he was hiding in the poster too. I got a comment that was disappointed that he's not in the background anymore, but I still have him. He's just on the office door there.
Yeah, people get used to him, but things change.
You'll still see him in shots.
You did not have the futon, obviously.
Of course,
because last podcast we did.
Yeah, I know.
More than like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, right. Because we did this.
Because April Fools.
You're right. I was thinking that we did the other podcast a whole month ago, but I forgot we did it late. So it was like 2.5 weeks. It's a little bit shorter than usual.
Yeah. You had the foam up and everything. And
I still haven't got around to putting the rest up. I got the rest of the foam in the mail. Yeah. And I just got to take the time to glue them to the command strips and get those up, and then it's just like it is so overwhelming how much work I still have to do, but it's like I could do that, but I want to work on the Jimmy Neutron video, and then it's just you end up doing one or the other and you never have enough time. But it's like I love waking up knowing that I'm just going to spend all of my time doing things that are helpful to me or things that I want. I don't have to wake up and wait for my family to do something, wait for my family to be done using the kitchen, figure out when I'm allowed to use the blender when nobody's in Zoom calls. I don't have to figure out, like...
You feel like it's not a burden or you're imposing on someone,
Because my favorite thing to eat for breakfast is fruit smoothies. Because they're fast, easy to make, and it's my way of getting fruit into me because I'm kind of bad with eating fruit, but make it into a smoothie, gulp it back, that's my breakfast, have some coffee after. Yeah. That's how I like to start my morning, and I couldn't do that a lot when using the blender is like, well, my sister's working one room away, and my dad's working another one room away. I can't make noise. They got government jobs. They're in important calls and shit, and they can't have brrr in the background, right? But now it don't matter. I go up to the kitchen, I put my fruit in, and I make my smoothie, and then I'm a happy boy working on his Jimmy Neutron video. Man, this is honestly fucking amazing. This is like literally everything I wanted. I feel like I have yet to run into any serious hurdles. I feel like everything's just been going nicely. Like we got to our first, well, I guess our second rent pay because we had to pay rent before the first day we were in, and then the first time it just came out of the account. Happened. My girlfriend pays me her half of the rent every time she gets paid. So she pays me half her first paycheck that month, the other half. And then I just feel like we took the time to figure it all out, made sure everything was organized, and then you're always still scared. You're always like, is this going to be fine? Is it going to go?
You're filled with that anxiety for sure.
Yeah.
Like you're being thrown into a new situation. Yeah. You don't know the outcome.
Exactly.
And it's a whole new ballpark.
And I'm a horribly anxious human being, so it's just like even the little things like that. But then that is just like you check the app, payment went through. Oh, your bills went through the next day. Okay, we got groceries on top of that. We still need some more. Check out how. Okay, well we need that much. Oh, that's fine. Okay, no, we're gonna do fine. And then it's like, so far finances have balanced in a way that we've kind of been like, yeah, okay, we're doing this, and it's like in front of us, and it's here, and we're in it, and it's like fucking amazing.
Hell yeah.
I've literally never been happier in my entire life. This is exactly what I fucking needed. And, like, I feel like I can work so much more efficiently now. The fact that I have an actual, like, arm for my mic now. My desk is right here, just out of frame. And we have the mic right there, actually. We're recording with 2 microphones, because I'm an audio idiot, and I don't know how to do shit. But we have one with low sensitivity, so we go, woo! It's not going to clip the audio this time. And then we have the other one for the main audio.
Yeah.
So... that's what we're going to be doing now. So hopefully the audio won't be clipping.
You know what that means? This podcast is now going up to $3. I'm joking.
No, yeah, of course.
It is remaining as $1.
It's still a $1 podcast. Yeah.
Always will be $1.
Someday, if we have an actual table and we have our own mics in front of us and it's a real podcast, it's a little bit more of a real podcast now. I think a little closer to it.
We're definitely out of the beginners area. I think we're like getting intermediate.
I'd say we're still not intermediate. We're still sitting on a fucking couch, like in front of a random fucking background.
At least with a couch, it seems a little more formal. Like, we're not just kind of like sitting around shooting the shit.
I'm glad we have something to put our
shooting the shit.
Yeah, I'm glad we have something to put our backs against now.
Yeah,
because I was always having to sit up straight and then hold that for 2 hours. I
gotta say, it helped me with my posture a bit. Now I'm just gonna slump back, just relax, watch this.
That is probably why I have such good posture, because for the longest time I would sit a lot in seats that didn't have backs, and I had to like hold myself up, and I feel like I generally have better posture than most of my friends.
Oh, yeah.
The thing is, people our age generally just don't. Well, maybe, I say our age. I meant, like,
my back is just messed up. Like, I fallen down the stairs as a kid.
Yeah.
Messed it up. And then just me slumping over. Just messed it up even more, so.
Let me just re-clarify what I'm saying, though.
Yeah.
I'm realizing I'm 27 almost now, and I'm like, wait, most of my friends probably do have good posture now because they're not fucking teenagers. But when I was a teenager, I found I generally had way better posture than all my friends. I think it's because I frequently would sit without a chair with a back on it, I think is why. But, now I'm fucking... I was talking like it was 10 years ago. Sometimes you ever like just say a sentence, your brain's still in 2011?
I'm that way too, because like, oh man... yesterday, and then I'm like, actually no, like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Because like I guess I'm just like timeline wise, I'm just oblivious.
Yeah. Bad sense of time. That is a sense. We have more than 5 senses. Sense of time is one of our senses. Because think about it.
Is that why we have internal clocks? Is that
that's what that is. Because we have to somehow have something in our body that makes us be able to observe the passage of time. It's not scent. It's not vision. We're not hearing it. We're not tasting it. It is its own sense. And you think just like, well, yeah, what's the passage of time? You just know time. Yes, but you wouldn't be able to detect that without something sensing that, obviously. Like, so you don't really consider it a sense because you don't think about it, but technically that is a sense, the sense of time.
I disregard it as just like a coincidence from time to time, because it's something that my body is like, we'll gamble with it, we'll see if it works today. And it's like booting up like a rundown old like Nintendo or something. You gotta blow on the cartridge, hope that you I always somehow make it about video games. I don't understand. That is my seventh sense.
Your brain is just video game town.
Yeah, no, I got warped into mind of a video game virtual reality. I am the virtual boy.
I am the virtual boy.
I am the creator of the Game Boy. No, I'm not.
That is one of my favorite types of jokes that I would like. What you just did is one of my favorite types of jokes. Like, no one does this, and no one finds it funny. Oh, I don't know if people find it funny. I've never done this in a video, and I've always wanted to tweet like this, but like, when you say the build up and the punchline without any commas or periods, like, why'd the chicken cross the road to get to the other side?
Yeah.
And then just people don't know how to react. It's like, I don't know to laugh. That's like all of my tweets, if you probably know that Twitter's bullshit. I feel like I might have figured out why I tweet bullshit so much. I think it's because I feel so socially awkward in like every social scenario with someone I'm not like close with. So maybe I just like making other people feel the same way. Maybe I like people.
You're trying to bring them down to your comfort zone.
Maybe I just like people experiencing the feeling of not knowing how to respond, because that's how I feel in every social situation.
I mean, think about it with the Granicore interviews we used to do at Halcon and stuff. Like, we were putting people in the awkward situations after, like, before and after. We always like asked if they were okay with us filming, but like, it was just like what the fuck are you doing? Like,
it's almost my way of turning the tables, because things are not awkward for me if I'm the one making them feel awkward.
Yeah, well, that's because
not in a sinister way, but
in a sense, like you kind of know like the limits of where to bring it, I guess. Yeah. Instead of just being like, throw your dick around, why don't you? Like, and then you're like,
It's almost like instead of like figuring out what the social rules are with each person, you
set them.
Rules.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, this is weird town. I'm saying fart noises.
Farty GameCube.
Farty GameCube. I'm gonna
Dream ass.
Dream ass.
Sonic Adventure poop. What if it does like the loop and swirl, right? But it's brown and then just
YouTube poop. That's the new YouTube poop. Next time someone does a YouTube poop out of like Sonic footage or a Dreamcast something, or like it's like Sonic Adventure cutscenes, just have the YouTube intro like.
I should make a Sonic Adventure 2 YouTube poop and just call it Sonic Adventure number 2. And it's just all fart jokes and gross stuff like that.
Tails, I need you to
Tails, I need you to
Okay, Sonic.
That's the power of chaos. But yeah, no, it's like, what are we talking about?
Let me show you my real power. Anyway.
Let me show you my real poop.
What are we talking about? We're talking about poop and
Sonic.
Yeah,
we're talking about Poop Sonic and
Welcome to the Poop Sonic podcast.
Welcome to the
about
Poop
Poop and Sonic. God, this really is the shittiest podcast ever.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Yeah. What should we talking about?
I gotta say the futon's pretty comfy.
Let's talk about the futon.
When I seen it in IKEA, because like you can't sit down and stuff. Like even before COVID.
Well, you can, but you're not supposed to.
You seem like a dick when you do it.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to do it. So like, I'll see the furniture and I'm like, that does not look comfortable.
Yeah.
But like. I see like furniture at like Winners or something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that looks comfy. But every single piece of furniture at Winners is literally just like a board of wood and nothing. It's so uncomfortable.
And that's the thing. That's the thing is I feel like IKEA furniture is more about utility than aesthetics.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that because so many companies sell you these nice looking things that don't feel good to sit on.
Yeah.
And they're expensive. And they can be expensive because they look nice. IKEA, like, let's just sit up for a second. Or stand up just so people can, like, I got some cushions on the back. But it's really just nothing. It's just metal bars and just a thing over it. But it's comfortable. It's really nice. It's
deep.
It's very deep. It's very deep this way, so you can put like I'm gonna get some big cushions here, so we'll probably be up here. But
see, and even nice. For the size of it, this is what I want for a futon. Yeah. So I think this is probably gonna be the one I'm gonna.
Maybe we should talk about futons because. Remember last time I said I had a futon coming in the mail?
Yeah, that's right.
This is not the futon I had coming in the mail. Because that futon was a fucking nightmare to deal with. Oh my fucking lord. Okay, so I feel like the one obstacle of living in an apartment that I never had living at my parents' house is mail is really annoying now. I feel like once a week, exactly one time a week, I have to go halfway across town to some fucking place I've never gone to get a package. It's always somewhere different. It's always at a pharmacy that has a UPS thing, or it's at a Michael's that has a Purolator drop off, or it's weird. And I'm always going all the way, and I think it's because there's different pickup places because COVID, everything. We're in another shutdown, by the way.
Yeah.
The regional local government, what's it? The provincial government shut us down again.
And it was all thanks to stupid fucking kids at I don't know, some fucking Ontario.
Wasn't it a bunch of guys from Ontario came over and had a big barbecue without self-isolating, and then the next day, explosion of 100 new cases in Nova Scotia. Thanks, guys.
Like, it was like university kids and like 20-year-olds and like they were all refusing to do that. Then there was like a big I think it was like an anti-mask.
There was a big anti-mask.
Yeah, there was an anti-mask rally on like one of our like historical places, and literally most of them ended up with COVID.
Yeah.
And I was just like, are you happy now? You got the thing that you said wasn't real, that you said you don't need to wear a mask for? Yes, have fun.
Yeah, and it sucks because like we were so good with that, and there's a reason.
So good.
There's a reason we were one of the safest places in North America.
Dude, we were actually able to go out, like, kind of normally, right?
I could go to the grocery store without feeling like I had a gun to my head, and now I feel like the gun's there again.
Yeah.
We're up to, like almost 1,000 cases, like 500. We're getting 100 a day, which I'm sure doesn't sound like a lot compared to the States, but we were used to having maybe 2 to 0 cases a day for half a year now, and...
We were doing so good, and then people had to fuck it up.
Yeah. Luckily, though, since I'm not living with my parents anymore, there's like bubble laws, and we are able to still film the podcast together because my bubble is just me and my girlfriend. That's it, and you one more, and that's within the rules. So we won't have any problems getting you over here because we don't have to worry about like. We don't stress your parents. It's not a house full of 4 working people plus one more making it 5. It's now just. The 2 of us.
I don't usually go out anywhere, so when I do, people know where I'm at. And then the people I'm with don't go anywhere, so we're good.
But getting back to the futon, down to having to pick things up. So, mail's really annoying. Yeah. I feel as if the UPS guy, it's always UPS. The worst. Yeah. UPS must like gently knock and walk away. I caught them one time. I caught this dude gently knocked. It was a really weak knock. I was right beside the door. I was right beside the main door, just coincidentally around the time it happened. And I immediately looked through and just like knock, knock, knock. Look through. In that short amount of time, I looked through the peephole and he's walking away. And I opened the door. I'm like, "Oh, hey, I'm right here." And he goes, "Okay." And then I got my package.
Like it's a problem for them to do their job. Like that's what I hate that about delivery.
And it's like usually I'd like to boil it down to maybe that one employee sucks and I shouldn't blame the whole company. I've worked for companies before. I've not given a shit before. That's a thing. But it's consistent. Every UPS package I have, it's always fun. And this was a problem I had with UPS sometimes at my parents' house, but now it's always a problem. But anyway, really sucks I decided to ship that fucking heavy-ass futon from Walmart by UPS because, you know what? It didn't end up here. It ended up somewhere else, and I had to go all the way else after like 5 days of them trying to deliver it. Because the worst part is he would try to deliver it more than once, and he would do the same thing every time. Every day, lightly knock and leave, put a slip until it's somewhere else, and I have to like get one of my parents to like figure out a time where they have some free time to come pick me up and drive me halfway across town and figure this out. Because I don't have a vehicle to get a heavy-ass futon back to my apartment with. So I get this heavy-ass futon into the apartment, I drag it in here, and I spend the entire day building it. Because it's a lot of pieces. It's a big fucking chunky heavy Walmart thing. I'm building it in a small room. And by the time I'm finished...
It doesn't fit.
This futon's really, really big and doesn't fit in this room.
It fits 3 people.
I finished it and I stood up and realized it was occupying half of the space. And I was like, I should have just got that one from IKEA. And the other thing is, I couldn't get one of the pieces together, one of the last pieces together, because the thing was one of the pipes was completely bent and dented. And it must have just got bent up in the mail. Someone threw it on the shipping container or whatever, like 700 tons of force. It just broke this pipe in half somehow. Yeah. Those things are hard metal. They're like steel. I don't know how they managed to dent this thing that bad. But I couldn't even put it together. So I just bring it to Walmart. I return it one day, and this is before we shut down, thank fuck. And then I just went to IKEA with my mom the same day and just bought this futon, which was $30 less. So I ended up getting $30 profit by returning that futon. And it was just, I wasted 2 entire days building the futon and taking it apart.
A full week.
And then a day, getting it back to Walmart and then getting this futon and then building this one. I wasted 2 full fucking days on just futons. And now we're sitting on it, it's great!
Yeah, no.
Paid off work!
What I found, like even with the Walmart ones, they're not as comfy.
No, probably.
On top of that, they're super long.
And it didn't come with a cushion. It was just the metal frame. And the picture... on the website, shows the cushions, and it showed a wooden frame too. It didn't even look the same at all. It was just straight up false fucking advertising. Fuck Walmart. Never buy furniture from Walmart.
Don't buy furniture from Walmart. And don't. I
got those bins from Walmart though. They're really nice bins though.
I wouldn't call it furniture. I'd call it more storage.
Yeah, like utility storage, bits and bobs. Walmart. Don't get furniture at Walmart. Get furniture at IKEA or the Brick or something. Or Leon's. Like, there's better places.
Yeah, no. With the delivery companies, like I have beef with pretty much everyone, and I know you have problems with FedEx, but I've never had problems with FedEx.
Did I say I had problems with FedEx?
Yeah, you're like, man, fucking FedEx.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I was having a brain fart. I thought it was saying UPS.
No, okay.
No,
so,
FedEx is one of the better ones.
Yeah, so I have no problems with FedEx.
Miscommunication.
They were actually like decent enough to bill me my invoice because I guess at the time their card thing didn't work, so they still let me have the package.
That's nice.
Anytime I've had to order with DHL, or UPS, even just Canada Post, sucks. I have so many problems with them. Yeah. Them lightly knocking, like you said, walking off without even like doing anything to solve the problem, right? And then like it was just like problems after problems, and then they bill me like for their delivery fee, which is like way too damn much.
Every DHL, you always wake up to an alarming email where it's like, you need to pay us $20 or we won't give you your package.
With DHL, they send you them 8 minutes straight.
Yeah.
It's just like you get like 5 messages for 8 minutes straight being like, hey, you gotta pay that now. You gotta pay that now. You gotta pay that now.
That would happen with me. Like I would wake up like maybe 10 or 11 because I would like sleep in a little bit. And then like you check your email, and then the first one they sent was at 5 in the morning. Mm-hmm. Then they sent one at 6 and 6:30 and 7, all the way up to like 10. It's like, oh my god, you guys start so fucking early. What are you doing? Leave me alone.
What do you want? What do you want from me?
I'm gonna see all these anyway.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, no. DHL sucks. UPS sucks. FedEx is cool. Canada Post sucks. Because
I never had that many problems with Canada Post. I mean, they're just the default standard option. I think they do a good enough job.
They do a decent enough job, but I find that it's just like I miss just them delivering it to my house instead of these community boxes that like 9 times out of 10 their locks will freeze in the winter, or your key just won't work all of a sudden because the guy inserted his key and fucked it up.
I think he's got a shitty box. I've never had any of these problems.
I've just had shitty problems with Canada Post. Like I just want to go back to just delivering it to my house, and that's it. Please.
I do kind of like the box though. I can only say this though because when I lived at my parents', it was really close to my house. You remember it was just like a 1-minute walk. Yeah. Some people it's a little further. But I did always like that a lot of bigger packages that I would normally have to go to the post office to get, they could now put those in that thing, and I did like that. But they only do that if it's being delivered by Canada Post. If it's UPS or FedEx, and bring it to the fucking thing. It's like, I don't want you to bring it to the thing. Put it in the little box down the hall that I can... Or it's down the hall now, up the street.
Even just like if they had like more of them closer to houses. Like instead of just having one for like 3 streets... And then just like at the end of it, where like
thinking
you got like 50 different old people that have to walk down there because they don't have cars or they're too old to drive.
And there's not a lot of consideration for context as well. Like thinking about a lot of people drive this way to get here at this time because this sort of thing is always going on. Like parks, like good weather, people having high traffic volume. And there's one I see a lot around where my parents live. That's just such a bad spot, and people are always like pulling over to the wrong side of the road to pull over to it because it's like people are going to be dumb. So just set it up in a way that's foolproof is what you have to do, but they don't put enough thought into it, and they got to have better placements. And
it's the same thing with bus routes. Like it's literally mail and buses. It sucks.
Yeah, they just need more careful.
They need to play Animal Crossing.
Why? Layout, okay.
Learn how to lay your.
I was gonna say, how the fuck are you gonna tell me Animal Crossing?
Speaking of Animal Crossing, I beat Animal Crossing finally. Well, I got KK to my island.
What do you beat? Oh, you why? Really?
It took me that long. You want to know why? Because
fuck that game.
I got so stuck on just placement of flowers and furniture just to make it look nice, even before terraforming. And then I finally got that, and I was just like, "Well, I'm gonna make a little plaza area there."
You're gonna want to wait till you get terraforming.
Oh, I got it now.
Too much.
Yeah.
Because then it's like, I don't want to change all this shit.
Yeah. So finally got that taken care of. I got back in Animal Crossing again.
Probably. I've actually been playing the first one. Again. Yeah. Because up in the living room we have the CRT that I used to have in the background. Mm-hmm. We were stuck in the living room to plug old consoles into. Because my FrameMeister's down here, and if you plug older consoles into HD TVs, there's mad lag. And the FrameMeister is a good way of mitigating that. But I mean, obviously, I need that for my office to record shit. Yeah. See, I never cared about playing games in crisp. I never cared about upscaling old games in crisp, fucking nice.
As long as I'm playing it and having fun,
it's just that it's my job. It's YouTube. I got all my videos look nice, so I don't know. Sometimes I get comments being like, "I tried such a pretentious guy. Thinks all the games need to fucking look perfect." It's like it's my job. I do that so it looks nice when you watch it. I don't care if you're playing.
Because do you know how many times you get people just being like, "The fucking frame rate in this video is kind of crappy. What the fuck?"
Yeah, look at my old the Tasmanian Tiger reviews where like there's ghosting on it because I like rendered it at the wrong frame rate and it was recorded with easy cap and it looks like shit. And then it's like look now you see the crisp pixelated aliasing on the PS2 models and it looks crispy and I love that shit. But that's for work. I want to play a game and put it on the TV. I looked right at the TV when you glared, so it looked like you were glaring at me, and I was like, Jesus Christ.
Where James is sitting.
It's like you make eye contact with me by not even looking at this.
Look at me, James. Look at me.
I'm looking at you.
Yeah, it's looking.
Now you look at me. You look me in the eyes.
I see a mic.
I see a mic.
I see a mic.
Oh, I thought you meant a mic.
Look at me.
I thought you meant a mic.
Oh.
Like Mike Jordan, a mic.
I see Mike. I don't see Ike. Never mind. You got rid of him.
But yeah,
you gave him to me! That's why. I have Ike.
Yeah.
You got Mike? I got Ike.
I got rid of all my Fire Emblem amiibos because I don't care about Fire Emblem.
I collected them all and I was like...
I got every single Smash Bros. One just for when it was Smash Wii U. Yeah. I got every single one. I looked at them, I'm like... Okay, I don't care about this. And then I started selling them. It's like, the moment I got them, I was like, okay, cool. All right,
and then the other side of the coin is, I got all the Smash ones and I went... Well, I gotta get the cards.
Yeah, we both had that moment. We both had the moment where we looked at a complete Smash Bros. Amiibo collection. I went, I don't want this. And you said, I need more.
Buy them all.
Yeah,
buy them all. Buy them all.
Literally. Fucking Christ. Animal Crossing. I'm playing
Donkey Kong, man. That's cool.
Donkey Kong's Animal Crossing. We can't stay on one topic for one fucking minute.
Oh, my lord. With Animal Crossing, I wish that they would bring more Nintendo stars into it, like themed characters, kind of like what they did with I think it was New Leaf. Yeah. They had like a Wolf Link. They had Ganondorf.
Yeah.
Like they could do ones for like Star Fox characters. They could even do a Pokemon.
Wow. Because like Nintendo's sitting on a lot of IPs. Like they have such a cast of characters.
Like why not collaborate your IPs? Because that brings joy and brings more people into wanting to play those games. Like, you could literally do Star Fox. You could do Zelda characters. You could even do King Dedede as, like,
a penguin.
A penguin.
A penguin that looks like Dedede.
Or, like, what is it?
A bird that looks like Falco.
Donkey Kong as a gorilla.
No, there you go.
Or Diddy as a monkey. Or King K. Rool as a crocodile.
Diddy, I think Diddy would translate easy.
Yeah.
Diddy would translate just like that.
Him and Porter are like pretty much.
The proportions are close enough that just use the put the Porter proportions on Diddy. It wouldn't look. It might look weird that he's not on all fours. Give him like a red
shirt and like a little baseball cap or something.
It would just look weird that he's not crawling on all fours. Yeah. Would be the only thing,
but that doesn't matter. I mean, like with the Wolf Link,
it's an Animal Crossing
it's like,
skin. Yeah,
I'm on two legs.
It's not that character. It's like a version of him. Yeah. I couldn't you get Ganon in the OG Animal Crossing with a Japanese e-reader card?
I think so. Yeah.
Can you do that? Yeah. I know there was exclusive Japanese cards that had like characters and like the way it worked is it like loads the data into the thing and constructs a character so you can make your own ones. It's really crazy.
We're actually having an E3 this year.
Yeah, we are.
That's cool.
E3's coming back.
I was like, man, E3. That's you're like talking. I was like, I'm sorry for interrupting. We're getting an E3 this year.
What is that gonna look like? That's gonna be next month.
Yeah.
Like, because I feel like everyone's jumped shipped and did their own thing. Like Sony feels like they're just doing their own thing. Nintendo ditched before everyone else even did. Will they even? I don't know.
I know Nintendo's going to be there.
Are they?
They said they're doing something for E3.
Okay. Well, if they can round it all up, get the gang together, and have like just like the olden days, and actually have hype trailers for fucking games we want to see. I feel like we haven't had a good E3 since like 2017.
The last like good feeling for E3 personally to me, like just like for hype wise, it was the one with the Star Fox puppets. Like I love that. I really like that.
That is the single most interesting Nintendo Direct because it was the worst received Nintendo Direct when it was new. But everyone going back to it, it has a lot of likes again because it was really charming and wholesome.
That's
and
why
fun.
I like it.
Yeah.
Is it carried charm? It wasn't about the gameplay. Like for best like announcements, yes, there are far better ones. But like for like just like building up excitement or expectations or something like that, or taking a new turn on it was.
And I think a big problem was they were really riding on Mario Maker being their big end-off game, and Mario Maker is just not an exciting announcement. It is an incredibly popular, amazing, super great game, but you hear Mario Maker, you know what that is. You don't really need to show me why it's cool.
Nintendo Treehouse, 3 days of just Mario Maker, right? Like.
Then again, the Mario Maker 2 trailer, when that first dropped, it was a hype fucking trailer. So I think they just maybe had a weak trailer for it. Yeah. But, like, it was Star Fox Zero, and then Mario Maker. I remember when Mario Maker was first, like, rumored, everyone was, like, really cold to the idea. Like, Mario ROM hacks already exist, but then they didn't realize how, like, accessible and robust it really was.
I've made some pretty cool-ass levels with Mario Maker.
Yeah, and I've played some pretty cool fucking levels of Mario Maker.
There's some cool stuff on there. Like, it may not be everyone's cup of tea because it's not, like, a ROM hack or like, some kind of mod or things like that, but, like... It just, like, outsources, like, what you would see, like, as a level in Mario World or Mario 1 or Mario 2.
It's funny, too, because, like, a lot of the sorts of people that, like, live stream ROM hacks and, like, high-level, like, speedrun type play, like, playing Mario and shit, a lot of those guys, like, just started, like, live streaming Mario Maker 2.
Yeah.
Because it's just, like, it's quick, convenient, it's accessible,
you can get your community involved in it, too.
And that's the thing is, what people need to understand is just because... something already exists doesn't mean that an easier to get into version of it should not exist also. Yeah. Just because it's like, okay, now it's a product you have to pay money for. Yeah, you don't have to. But the people that want an easier version of that they can understand more than, like, kind of people... Because there's some people...
It's the concept of, how does this apply to me?
The consumer market.
Yes.
There is, like, you need to remember that, like, probably 60% plus of people who play games, none of them are going to want to figure out how to download a ROM off of a website and run it through an emulator. A lot of people just don't want to fucking do that.
Yeah.
Like, you have your inner circles and social media, and it seems like there's a lot of people just like you, but more than half of the people that play video games are just the consumer market. Just the people that only dip their toes into it, maybe play, like, 4 to 5 games, only have, like, one like, you know, it's those people that, like, that region of people more so is what that sort of thing is for, and those are the sorts of people I think people, like, just kind of forget exist. But I mean, you just kind of think outside your own perspective is all. It's just it's challenging thing to do sometimes. I was, not to interrupt, but I was really bad with that until I started doing YouTube videos, and I was looking into other ways to look at a piece of software and challenging myself to figure out a way to say something interesting about it, and then you realize, oh my, there's so much more ways to look at this that I never would have just considered before.
What was it with the Nintendo Switch Lite, thinking like hardware aspect, like, I've had so many people walk in being like, well, isn't this just a crappy, like, watered down version? And I'm like, I was like, now to you that might seem like that, but there is someone here, like, out there that is, like, wanting to play the Nintendo Switch, but they have no reason to get the big package if they're never home. Yeah. So it's on the go. If you don't want to make the extra purchase for, like, a home console, like the full Switch, for a kid, you want to start them off with a Nintendo Switch Lite or something like that.
And, like,
it's just different demographics.
You just need to think of different situations too. Like, what if a mother has a son who just wants to play, like, Fortnite, like his friends do on their phone, but his phone's not good enough or something, and maybe this kid also wants Mario, and then you look at the cheap Switch, it's like, okay, he can play Fortnite with on the little portable thing. It's cheaper. Look at the 2DS, another good example of a similar thing. Like that, people, like, reacted so negatively to that.
I was one of them.
Me too. I thought it was a joke, but a lot of people bought that thing when it came out because it came out around the time of the new Pokemon. Yeah. So a lot of people who were big into Pokemon didn't own a 3DS. They thought, the new Pokemon's out, and that 2DS thing is way cheaper than the 3DS. I knew a lot of people that got the 2DS to play Pokemon. Yeah. I only have a 2DS because it's my capture card, and it was the cheapest capture card for 3DS stuff.
There you go. Because, like, you're not looking to play comfortably. You're looking to, like, record stuff off of it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You're just trying to get the footage. You're trying to stream something.
I do still prefer the, like, other 3DSs.
Oh, yeah, no, like,
But it's not for me is the thing that's okay, you know.
Simple as that. Yeah. If you ask yourself, well, why would I want that? Well, then don't get it.
Yeah, if you ask yourself, why would... That's the thing. People keep asking the question, why would anybody want that? When they're really asking, why would I want that?
Yes.
So actually ask yourself the question, why would anybody want that? And try to answer that question. Think of what anybody means. Anybody is someone who's not you. Yeah. Actually think, okay, maybe this. And that's just... People just kind of hang it up at, why would you want that? People hang it up. Like, no, think about why. Yeah. Answer that question. Don't just ask a question. Answer it. Come on. You figure it out. Instead of just being pissed off about something. Yeah, you got that guy. Use it, boy. You might figure out a thing or two.
You might find out a clever trick.
You might find out that, I can plug that cable into this thing. I learned a thing I didn't even know.
Yeah. Yeah. What you been playing games?
I haven't really been playing a whole lot. God, what have I been playing? I've just been playing Minecraft in my free time, honestly. I try to, by 8 p.m., kind of be done with work just so I can spend, enough of the evening with my girlfriend.
Ease into the evening, yeah.
Yeah, so usually around then, we have 2 TVs in the living room because I brought my TV and she brought her TV. So we're like, we have 2 TVs. Okay, put them both in the living room. So, she's really into Bloodborne, and she's going through Bloodborne for the second time, New Game Plus, because she just beat the DLC for the first time recently. Because she was stuck on Ludwig for, so fucking long, and then when we finally moved in, it's we got everything set up. I was like, okay, they gotta take on Ludwig again. And she finally beat it. It was fucking sick. So now, she finally beat the game for the first time, going through the DLC, and... and I've just been watching her go through the game a second time, New Game Plus, trying to get all the hunter tools. So she just wants to get the Platinum Trophy, and then she wants to try Dark Souls 3 for the first time.
Nice.
So I'm just watching her play Souls games while I'm playing Minecraft is what I've been doing in my free time.
What a couple, right?
Yeah. She's having a much more meaningful experience than I am. I'm just grinding materials and building houses. I was
what was it you were doing? You were having a mob spawner or something. And I was like, that'd be funnier with piano sounds and shit.
I know you're I have my server, not server, world, whatever. My Minecraft save file. Yeah. My Minecraft
world
save file. My world save. Yeah. I spawned right beside a cave that had a mob spawner in it, so I was like, baller.
Well,
I've never.
Like we're building on to that.
I just turn that into a big tunnel where they fall, and then you kill them all in one hit. So you wait for them to spawn. So it's a XP farm. So I was literally just had it waiting there, just waiting for guys to stack up so I can kill them all and get the XP. Yeah. And you're like, oh, you're playing Minecraft? I'm like, no, I'm waiting for Minecraft. I said, I'm playing wait for Minecraft is what I said. But,
I was like, wait for what? And you're like, here, I'll show you.
Yeah, let me show you.
And then we thought you despawned everything because you walked away, and I was like, oh, no.
Yeah. But I feel like Minecraft is a game I can only play for 2 weeks, and then I hate it and never want to play it again for a whole year, and then I play it again a year later.
That's like being with Animal Crossing.
Yeah. Minecraft is a delight to dabble in every now and then. Yeah. I could never stick with it as long as some people just are obsessively into it. But every now and then I just want to I feel like building a clock tower, and it's the only game that's just the very basic human desire to extract the resources from your environment and organize them into something you want to look at. It just scratches that itch better than fucking anything, and I think that is obviously one of the reasons the most popular game of all time. It is that basic human nature. It just it taps into that so well. So yeah, that's all I've been doing. What have you been playing?
I've been streaming. What was it? I started playing Balan Wonderland again.
Yeah.
I literally do it at this I'll play it, get fed up with it, play something else, come back to it, and finish the world.
Yeah.
And then that's it.
That's got to be the best way to do it.
I literally said to my stream chat, I was like, we're probably going to be playing this for a year because if there's 12 worlds?
1 a month, boy!
I was like, 1 a month?
That's perfect. I like that.
Yeah, because then I'll play something else. I was playing Tori 3D. Spent $1 on a video game on the eShop, and it is millions of times better.
I was it was probably midnight. I was just about to go to bed, and I was checking my phone, just scrolling through, checking email and stuff before I head to bed. And I just got a message from you. You just said you have to buy Tori 3D. It's $1 on the Switch, and I literally had my Switch just beside my bed, and I just grabbed it, and I just this is $1.39. It's literally $1. So then I bought it, and I played through the first level, and it was pretty fun. fun.
Yeah.
It's a cute little game. It plays a little Chicky Bird, and it's got, like, some cool 80s, like, visuals.
Yeah, I was like, this reminds me of, like, Sonic if it was Mega Man Legends.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I like this retro, low-poly, 90s-esque style game. Yeah. If they made a game that was, like, based on, like, classic Amy Rose, if it was a spin-off, I think this is, like, what the game might have been based on. Like, really cool. Like, I was just like, I want more of this. And then when I beat it, it said, see you next game. So it's like, you guys got something planned? Please? Don't leave it up just interpretation.
Didn't you say the same company had, like, another game?
Yeah, there was another game. And it's like $2, and it looks cool.
And then the next one's going to be $3.
Yeah, the next one's going to be $3.
Still that joke. That's a good joke. No, that was, like, such a surprising, like, little thing. I was like, this is $1. This looks like some mobile game. And I just whipped through the first level in a couple of minutes. I was like, that was fun. Yeah. That was a fun little bite-sized thing. Like, there's only, like, a couple of levels. Each one's probably, like, 2 minutes long, but it's, like... super short, but it's $1.
It's got some good music. It's
the music was jamming.
I was literally like, I love this game. This game is cool.
No,
this
really
is my game of the year. Let's go. Yeah, Tori 3D, baby.
Tori 3D, Toree 3D. Check it on the Switch. That was backwards for me, but it'll be forwards because this is flipped. Or is it flipped? No, it's not flipped. So it's
3D.
There's the
3D, baby.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
Should
I talk about what I've been doing this month?
Yeah, what have you been doing?
Because I haven't got anything out yet, but I have been working on the Jimmy Neutron versus Jimmy Negatron video. So I have the script all written. The script is half recorded and half edited. And when I say edited, I mean the audio is edited. I don't have B-roll to it. But yeah, I'm going to have that done like fairly soon. That'll be nice because I really, really want to get that Negatron video done. It's exciting too because it is, this rarely happens, talking about a game I grew up with. I grew up playing the GBA, Jimmy Neutron versus Jimmy Negatron. I tell a fun little story of how I got all the way to the final boss on a camping trip because it was the only game I hadn't beaten yet because I couldn't get anywhere. It was ball-bustingly hard. I was really fucking good at that game though. Yeah. Just, I feel like I've just gotten so good at platformers just from playing so many bad ones that, like, this is a platformer with tank controls, the really bad, like, Mode 7, like, 3D graphics on Game Boy Advance. And I remember it being so fucking hard. Yeah. And it is still really hard, but I didn't have that hard a time getting through it. Yeah. There's some really dumb shit in that game, though. Oh, my God. So, like, it's tank controls, but if you hold the L button, it, like, turns you into a strafing view. So every time I jump, I just hold L, and you can jump like normal instead of tank control steer jumping. And I guess because of the weird perspective, you jump way farther diagonally than you do forward and backward.
That's weird. It's like some weird momentum
just
base.
Weird momentum, just weird the way it's programmed, very simply. Whack. I don't know. And because of that, there was this one jump. Yeah. You get all the way through the level. You have to get 10 things in every level. So I get 9 of these things, and then the 10th one is always on this platform right by the end. Because you get the 10 things and hit the goal. So it's like goals right here after this long fucking hard-ass level. Get to the goal, one last thing. The jump's too fucking far. And you try to make the jump and you miss it 3 times and you die because taking any damage takes out a shit ton of health. So you could barely hit it all in that game before I were doing the whole level over. And yeah, so you get all the way through this fucking hard-ass level, get there, and then you just can't make the jump. And it was driving me nuts. I was doing that for like an hour. And then I realized, on a fluke, found out you jump farther diagonally. So I tried jumping diagonally. And I got it on the first jump.
Nice.
Some video games are fucking dumb, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah. But that said, as like a weird kind of crappy... I don't know. It was fun. It was kind of fun. I feel like it's way too frustratingly, like, crushingly difficult, way too unforgiving for an average player. But the sort of person that likes speedrunning, like, I really would just want to figure out what the skill ceiling in this thing is. Those sorts of people, I could see having, like, a really fun time with that thing. Yeah. And a weird, like, you have to obey these nonsense rules to make it control well. You know, like, people that are good at Sonic 06 like me, it's like, I know if I flick the stick to the right here, it hits the collision there, it makes me fall off the wall. Nobody else would ever possibly register that because the game doesn't obey that at all, but I've just played so many games, analyzed them all, I kind of understand the behavior between things like that, and I can kind of just make it work anyway. So in that kind of dumb game mindset, I was able to get through it and have like kind of a fun time with it.
Yeah.
But it's not a good game. So that's the Game Boy Advance version of Jimmy Negatron. I don't know if I talked about the PC version last podcast.
Yeah.
Did I? Because I beat the PC version a while ago. Yeah. Well, the PC version is just the same as the PC version of the first game. It's just, instead of being like an open world game, it's just like a linear series of levels. So it's more of like a... I think I end the video saying it's more like an expansion.
Yeah.
And then I put it on the shelf, and then I do like a fun thing where, like, I think I showed you the spine on this thing's backwards. So you put it on the shelf, and the spine's like the wrong way. You have to put it on the shelf like the wrong way, for like upside down, for the spine to read correctly. So I'm gonna like have a shot of me like weird. I'm gonna have a shot where it's like the other PC game. I have it right here, which is funny because like they don't look good together on the shelf as it is. So I'm gonna have it like just like a nice little side adventure on the side as I put it on the shelf, and then I'm gonna like see that the spines don't line up, and I'm like, why do I have to? It already doesn't look good together on the shelf. Now I have to do that, and then that'll be a fun little gag to end on that I'm excited to do.
Now, it being fragile, that's the only downside. I think we lost faith in humanity when we started making PC cases looking like this. They should have just remained like the jewels.
Yeah, I don't know. I hate jewel cases.
They break easily. That's the problem.
It is so hard to find PS1 games that aren't broken.
Yeah. Like I remember, I think it was my copy of Mort the Chicken. The case broke. Like it had a crack on it, and I just went, "Oh shit!" like that. And
there's a crack right there.
I was like, "That's all right, as long as it's not the back, because the back is the problem." Like you can replace the covers. Pretty easy.
Covers are easy.
Like I try to keep my there's probably gonna be 3 games that I'm gonna refuse for anyone to touch in my house. Yeah. Sonic Adventure 2, and Punky Skunk.
God,
don't touch them jewel cases.
You're getting Sonic Adventure 2 in for the first time. I fucking wish I had a copy of the back end.
I'm so excited. It's got the manual and everything, baby.
We're talking OG versions,
like
by the
OG
way. Not
Dreamcast.
GameCube, Dreamcast. Yeah, I do not own very many Dreamcast games.
Neither do I.
I can probably count them on 2 hands.
I can count them on 2 fingers.
Do you even have a Dreamcast?
Yeah. Okay. I got one for like, I think it was $80.
That's not bad.
Yeah,
I got mine for $50, but I bought it in 2011. Yeah. So it was a little, the longer time goes, the more expensive stuff
They're
gets.
like sitting at like 130 now, 150.
Worth it. Best console ever.
Sonic Adventure 2's going for like 200. And like from like 170 to 200, and I got mine around 150.
Someday I'll own a copy.
Dude, I'm so excited. I was willing to even like splurge for like the 10th anniversary edition.
Oh yeah.
Like with the
my friend
the
Josh
coin and stuff.
Yeah, my friend Josh has that. Yeah. The soundtrack.
It might be a nice little collector's piece later down the road to invest in, but
someday.
For now, I just want the game. There's a few games I need to get for the Dreamcast before they go up in prices. Yeah. Crazy Taxi. I know Daytona's expensive. I really want Daytona.
Daytona's iconic.
Daytona's like iconic as hell.
Iconic, yeah.
Fur Fighters is getting up there in price because that's where it was originally from. Is the Dreamcast.
The Dreamcast, yeah.
I already said Crazy Taxi. I want Space Channel 5.
Yeah.
Samba de Amigo is going to be impossible for me to get.
The maracas,
yeah,
too.
You need the maracas.
Dreamcast is a weird
Sonic
console.
Shuffle, just for the hell of it.
I've always wanted to play that game. And the thing is, like, Dreamcast is a weird thing because games are really easy to pirate.
Yeah.
Can you even buy, like, CDRs anymore?
Probably.
Is that still a thing?
Go to Value Village, I'm sure you find one.
So long as they don't stop producing CDRs, because I know people don't really burn music anymore, so people still really using it. Or, you might need a DVD-R, I don't remember. But as long as they make burnable discs, you can just download any Dreamcast ISO and burn it.
Oh, I might have a crap ton of CDRs actually.
You just burn any Dreamcast game.
I could literally just do that.
Yeah.
And go on my family computer, being like, "Well, I'm gonna need this for an hour. Just give me a second.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get Crazy Taxi.
You have
1 and 2.
Family computer.
Yeah, like my old gaming PC became my family's family computer. I see. After because once I invested in my own personal computer, I was like, "You guys can have this. I don't care about it anymore." I was going to smash it with a hammer, but we already did that with the old family computer because we got this one. So
we did that with my old laptop. Remember that old laptop Alex gave me?
Yeah.
Smashed that in the Ron Polanski.
Just fucking...
Yeah.
Come on!
That's such a classic video.
Okay. Yeah. I think Sonic Adventure 2 is going to be probably one of the most expensive games I own now.
Damn.
So if anyone asks me that question, now you know.
A lot more. I have a lot more. I have games of.
Oh yeah, LSD Dream Simulator.
That's the game I'm not letting anybody come near my house. That's just in the living room.
I felt honored sitting next to you at a con, showing it off. Like I was like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I showed that when I did a panel. I showed that, and we had weird games. I wanted to hook up a PlayStation, and
but you forgot to bring the.
I forgot to bring the cables. Yeah, I was gonna hook up a PlayStation and actually play it for the audience and show them, but that didn't work out. And I felt like a fucking idiot. And I just had the super rare, expensive game, and then everyone was supposed to just. Okay, why do you bring that? If I just felt like a pretentious asshole.
Well, you know what the thing is though is that all I can really say is that our panels were really good.
I think for winging them, I
think
we did a pretty good job. I was really proud of yours. I think you did an amazing job. Your amiibo panel.
Yeah, put a lot of effort into that. Oh, God, I was.
Wonder if we'll ever do panels again.
I hope.
Someday.
I hope. I hope one day that we can. I don't want to do like those digital panels. They seem like they're.
No, I don't want to do any digital shit. Fuck that. And it's not the same thing. It's like you got to be in a room with the people who watch your shit.
Yeah.
Because that is the only time it ever feels real.
It feels genuine as hell, and it's just like you get to see like just like an organic response. You don't feel like you have to put on like a face. You're there in the moment.
Yeah, literally. It's like I can read 1,000 comments that people have left that sing my praises, and it will always feel fake. But the moment they're in front of me, actually reacting to everything we're saying, it's like. This is fucking real.
Well, it's because you can hear the emotion behind the words rather than just read the words and hear it in your own voice.
Yeah, exactly. And with any inflection your brain decides to read it with. Too.
Yeah.
You don't know any tone, but it's like, you look at somebody just like smiling and laughing at something you just said. I felt like they were laughing at everything we said. That's weird. I don't really even consider myself a very funny person, but maybe I am. I don't know.
You're pretty funny.
I think I can be funny, but I don't think I'm like consistently a funny person.
God, we were dying today. We filmed some Granicore stuff.
We got to edit that crackhead video once we're done this podcast.
Yeah.
Because that, oh my God, you literally just came in the door wearing a stupid thing in your head. You go, hey, you want to smoke some fucking crack? But I'm like, there's a character right there. Get the camera going. Let's film that. And then that was fucking, goddamn. You know what? That's probably my girlfriend's for lighting her incense. I should probably get that back to her. Look for that in my pocket.
Don't want to set the mic on fire.
No, I don't want to set... There's like a sprinkler.
Oh my God!
Probably shouldn't be flicking lighters around in here. Oh my God, you literally see the sprinkler on the ceiling up there. Like, right above us.
Oh my God!
Don't cover my whole office in water, Brady, please! I don't want to deal with that!
James, you're not allowed to have Hot Pockets in here.
I need a microwave in here.
If you get a microwave, that's gonna...
Yeah, I know, I'm joking.
No!
I'm joking. I have a microwave in my kitchen.
Once I finally get everything kind of organized more from what I actually have it, because like I want to get a futon for the room.
Yeah. Get this exactly.
Yeah, this is what I'm actually going to get.
It was cheap. It was only like
130?
120, 130.
Yeah. Because I've seen them, and I'm like, now that I'm sitting here, and I'm like, I could literally sit in this.
Cheaper than the Walmart one, and it comes with the cushion. Yeah.
So, and like if I really want extra cushion, I'll just put pillows on it.
I really feel like I could sit here all day.
Yeah.
This like right here, this is like my office view. I'll just put a picture here. Yeah. Got all my consoles set up here. The PS4 is actually gone and upstairs because I brought it up. Yeah. We have 2 PS4s because my girlfriend had one. I had the Pro, and I still have my old one at my parents' house. So we actually have 3 PS4s. Just 2 of them are here. I'm probably going to leave one down here to record PS4 games, because like our main consoles we have up there. But yeah, I have one of every console down here. All our doubles are upstairs. Again, except like main shit. Like, I guess we have 2 Switch docks. My Switch dock's down here. I have a Switch dock and the TV upstairs. Yeah. For really fucking convenient, having 2 Switch docks in the same household for once. I literally pick it out of that one, put it up there, and I'm playing on that TV. It's cool.
That's what I hated is when you would have one Switch dock, and you want to move it, because like I had it in my room for the longest time, and then when my computer room became my bedroom, merged, which became hell on earth for me. I was like, I'm tired of moving this back and forth and here and there and everywhere. I would like to have 2 docks.
Wish they didn't cost $80 to hunk of plastic.
Yeah, and they rarely have them in the stores. Like,
I feel like you could probably get a third-party dock for like $30. There's no way.
I just don't want to brick it because like that's like one of the biggest problems with Switches is like third-party docks.
Can brick it?
Will brick your...
Really?
Yeah.
Goddamn.
Yeah, I've had people come back to like my store and be like, this bricked my Switch, and I'm like, I am so sorry. This is why I would never suggest it. That
is so interesting that you get to see stuff like that. You see people physically returning things because they gave them a bad experience, and you otherwise wouldn't know that. That's really cool. I love it when you tell me like just customers reacting to what they want.
I've helped so many people out of Joy-Con situations because they're like, well, I want to buy this third-party controller, and I'm like, please don't.
Yeah,
just get a protection plan for your Joy-Cons, because then once it happens in a year, you get it. You pay $7, you're not paying $80 for a set.
I appreciate that you're actually sticking an eye out for the customer, because every company is like, they pretend the customer's always right. They pretend they really want the customers. They
just want them gone and shut up.
They just want them to spend as much money as possible. Yeah. But you're trying to save them money. That's how you do it. Yeah.
I try to get numbers in genuine ways instead of getting numbers in making you impulse buy something and regret it later down the road.
When I worked at Toys R Us, they would train us to try to make them do an impulse buy at the checkout. It was add-ons, and if you didn't sell enough add-ons each month, they would like
fucking rip into you.
Yeah, they would dock your pay, or you would get in trouble, or you would be on probation, or there was some stupid penalty. And I wouldn't fucking do it. I'm not gonna make people spend more money on fucking batteries. And then when the seasonal happens, I was part of layoffs, of course. They didn't keep me because I don't want to fucking rip people off. But no, we live in a world where companies are like, "Hey, rip every customer off, or we'll fire you." I hate it.
It is so unjust. It's such an unjust system of corporations being able to implement these rules, and like also just have businesses that can like also. Work when they should be shut down because they're non-essential.
Obviously, it's a more complicated problem for us to have a real solution to it. But I just wish that companies weren't allowed to rip people off. God, like fucking Walmart with their
I should not get in trouble for them not wanting to buy something.
Yeah, that's what it really is. You should not punish your employees for failing to make somebody want something.
Yeah, people come to a store with an idea in their mind of what they want. If you want to suggest something to them, maybe they'll go, okay, cool.
That reminds me. Apparently, you can be reviewed as a customer on eBay. So I've ordered hundreds of things off of eBay because I've been an eBay customer since like high school, 2010. I've been buying things on eBay for plenty of years. So I have like probably 200 reviews just from buying. I guess I've bought 200 things over the years. And a lot of the reviews are like, excellent customer. I would recommend this customer to all. It's like, what do you mean recommend a customer? You don't pick your customers. I don't know. That just reminded me of that.
I remember you telling me that was good.
Yeah, but what I was going to get at, like, a year ago when we were talking about the setup of consoles, I was just saying, I feel like I could sit here and play games all day. We have all of these consoles in front of us. We should do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometime. Because I don't think we've ever really played video games together.
We've done live streams where we played Mario Kart. We've had the earlier podcasts where we were...
The versus segment. Yeah, the worst segment. Idea.
Well, it was a cool idea, but it was just very time consuming.
Yeah, and it was always just so messy and bad. And I feel like every time I would lose, I just wouldn't be fazed by the gross
You are the like most unfazable person. I've seen people gag at snails. I've seen people gag at sardines, Vienna sausages, and you're just like,
I will eat fucking anything.
That's delicious. That's disgusting.
Yeah, like, I'll eat it and I'll say, that's disgusting, and I'll keep eating it.
Yeah, you go, oh yeah, okay, that's good. That was fucking gross, and you throw it away, and I'm like...
I wonder if it's like... I think I'm just at a point where, like... I feel like because video games is my job, I feel like I'm at a point where, like, I would rather look at a video game as an interesting series of moving parts, and I entertain myself just by figuring out the interactions of everything, instead of having fun playing the game at this point. So maybe I'm the same way with food. Maybe I'm just more interested in figuring out how my body will react to different things I can put inside me than I am interested in just enjoying eating food. I feel like sometimes I kind of am like that. It's just like, I'm interested in whether or not I'll like this, rather than I want to eat it to like it. And I feel like not enough people have that mindset. Too many people only eat shit that they like. I want to eat shit that I don't know if I like or not, so I can figure that out. You know, that's
I used to be so picky, and then at one point I was like, okay, I'm willing to do that, and then my body was like, hey, even the good foods that you like, if you eat it a certain way and you like, it's not at the right temperature, your stomach will flop and you'll get sick. And I'm just like, I'm so scared of everything nowadays.
God, cooking is. So
I just got such a weak stomach.
Yeah.
And I blame my father's weak stomach for that. Yeah. He would look at leftovers, apparently, and just go, like that. Or, like, he would eat too much food, and then, like, he would see it, and then he would just go, ugh.
Wow. I'm a leftovers criminal. I'm stealing. I'm breaking people's house, stealing their leftovers. I love leftovers.
Yeah. There are no overs because they're all gone because of me.
That would be a really funny, like, villain character idea. Somebody that breaks into houses just to steal their leftovers in their fridge. He doesn't take anything else.
Scrap scraper.
But, yeah, cooking is something I've been doing a lot for the first time. Well, not that I've never cooked before for the first time, but doing it every single day is something I've not done before. Me and my girlfriend are always making shit together, and I feel like we have yet to make something bad. We've been cooking every day for like a little over a month now, and I feel like everything we've cooked is like, this is totally edible. I think cooking might just be easy. It might have just been easy this whole time.
When you just put the effort into it. Like it's like if you don't have like your own space, obviously there's going to be people cooking, and then they make a meal, a full meal, right?
It's just like the moment that we can like do shit, fuck stuff up, and you know, without having to share a kitchen with the whole family that has to get frustrated with you like making a mess. Now that we have the freedom to just experiment, make food, try stuff we don't know if it'll be good or not. Like, we're making tons of types of pasta, these, like, Thai noodle dishes. We're making lots of, like, salmon, doing a lot of fish. My girlfriend is a pescatarian, so she doesn't eat meat, so we get, like, a lot of, like, weird, like, vegetable products that we're like, that looks fucking weird. Like, grab that fucking weird, like, vegan shit just to try it out. Sometimes it's like, it's not great. But sometimes we're like, that's weirdly good. Let's get that again. You know, we're just trying, like, a lot of weird food, stuff that we don't think would be good, stuff we, you know, and we're having, like, we're finding some good dishes. There's some, like, noodle dishes that we made that are really fucking easy to make. Some, like, salmon stuff. Man, yeah, it's like, having a great time, like, cooking a lot. But,
dang.
Yeah, with that said, we've been just over an hour here. What do you say we take a break and then get to podcast questions?
Yeah, let's charge some of these batteries and charge our own batteries.
Yeah.
Hey, you know why I like summer so much?
Bathroom.
Yeah. Get me one of those too. It seems we had a color.
Alright, motherfuckers, let me tell you the rules. So, lately, my hair looks ridiculous now. I just wanted to look ridiculous.
We just had a palette swap.
Yeah, we just had a palette. I just switched skins. Oh, you can see my armpit hair. Okay, hold on. Let me change shirts again. There we go.
Fuck, James.
Yeah. That's much better, isn't it? So,
we're gonna quantum boofs.
We're gonna have to establish a little bit of rules for podcast questions now, because we get like so many every podcast that it ends up making the podcast go on so long every time. So, what we're gonna do now is this was never a problem when it was a smaller Patreon, but like, man, people keep coming to this thing. Thank you, by the way. Holy shit. I still can't get over the fact that people pay me $1 to listen to us talk about nothing. Maybe
or talk about the same thing over and over again.
Maybe we're more interesting people than we give ourselves credit for. Who knows? I don't know. But yeah, we're probably. What we're going to be doing from now on is before the podcast starts, you're going to pick 15 questions and I'm going to pick 15 questions. So we have 30 questions total, and then we'll go through and we'll try to pick faces, or names rather, that haven't been like, hadn't had their question read.
Yeah.
That'll be like priority if like that didn't have one last week. This way it'll like also give us more preparation, so we're not just kind of on the spot, like trying to think of answers like idiots.
Yeah.
We'll look at the questions a little bit beforehand. So you got 15 on your phone, I got 15 on my phone, and we'll go through each one. Yeah.
Before we start, we were talking about like things that we discovered. I just recently discovered you can ground pound on lava in Mario 64, and it has like the effect and the sound and everything.
As if you just ground pound on the regular
ground
floor.
pounded on the surface, which is really freaking cool.
Still, even if it's a tiny, just like visual and audio effect, like just the way that one texture or one thing in that game reacts to an action, it's like, that's, even things as small as that, it's like, I never knew that. And that's
How
just
old
really
is that
cool.
game now? It's like, what?
More than 20 years? 95?
96.
96. So it's like 2 years younger than me. I'm 20.
I was born in 96.
I'm 26 now. I'm going to be 27 soon, so it's like, it's either 25 or 24.
Come 2026, it'll be 20 years old.
Nuts. Yeah, nuts. Goddamn.
Yeah. So, we'll get into some questions.
Yeah, okay, so...
question time.
First question by Jared Purchase. How are you enjoying the apartment life so far? Congrats again, by the way. Thank you. Yeah, I'm loving it. As I mentioned before, it's just like the amount of freedom I have, the amount of like I can actually work a lot more efficiently without having to worry about like so many things like bumping into each other. And also just being able to like explore things I never had opportunity to before, like cooking and making more meals. And I think I'm probably gonna be eating like way better. Like we haven't got fast food all month.
Heck yeah.
And like last time we had a shutdown, we were ordering in all the time because it was convenient. We got sushi for my girlfriend's birthday, but other than that, we cook our own shit. That's
pretty healthy. I mean, I wouldn't even consider that fast food.
Yeah, well, it's ordering restaurant shit, but we've been making our own stuff. Just eating groceries instead of getting food out it's been a really satisfying experience.
A fresh experience.
You spend like half an hour just putting some shit together, and then you eat it, and it's like, oh my god, this is good. That, and it's been amazing having been able to display my video game collection for the first time, because my collection was always just like stacked up in front of each other, just in a fucking like pile in the corner.
You pull that back, there's 360s behind the Wii's, you know.
You pull out the Wii games, there's 360 games behind that. You pull that back, there's more like Xbox Virtual Game behind that.
Just having room for it.
And I'll put some footage right here of it that I'll just go up and get when I'm in the edit. This is like, I got the whole thing up right now. This is in my living room. I'm probably not going to show much of like our apartment. I feel like that's getting more into private life. The office and like the work stuff and game stuff, I'll show that, and like equipment stuff. But like, I think the whole living room is just going to be our thing. Apartment life's been awesome so far. Of course, we've gotten a lot of hurdles. It's a lot of, we don't have one of these yet, we don't have one of those yet, and we've been making a lot of trips back and forth to the store. Not anymore, now that we're in shutdown again, but a lot of trips to the dollar store back and forth, a lot of trips to Walmart and IKEA, and now that we're like settled in, it is a delightfully satisfying experience, just being able to just do things when I want to and not feeling like I'm making a problem for somebody else just by existing. And it's like, I feel like it's been really good for my mental health too. I feel like I haven't just really been stressed out that much this past month, except for like when we went grocery shopping, like just being in public, like obviously always stressful. But they're like, that's obvious. Like other than that, just being at home has been like amazing for me. But
heck yeah.
Yeah, thanks for the question, dude. Really, really great. Really great.
We're going back and forth.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
I said that at the beginning, but maybe.
Okay, jeez, I wasn't.
Probably should have clarified that.
I was like, oh, you're just kind of looking at your questions there.
I was just waiting for you to chime in with one. I didn't even look at you. You don't even have your phone. I'm like, oh, I guess I probably should have told it again. Oopsie. Wee.
All right, let me see here.
Who do we got? I should probably.
Okay, so Molly. This question comes from Molly R. Hope you're doing well. Hey Brady and James, I know you've mentioned that you want to take some time off of making skits such as the April Fool's ones and all, but do you have any plans for any other kinds of upcoming skits like LA Granicore? It's always a joy to see you guys just come up with more and more bizarre material. Secondly, what's your guys' favorite part of the creative process of videos? Just laughing. To be honest, like literally, we had a good. I think it was like 2 to 3 minutes of us just literally on this futon, laughing due to the fact I'm wearing a Scribblenauts hat and I just have one like good little like curl of hair sticking out. And just me like.
I think one of my favorite things of doing Granicore is just. I just, like, when it cuts back to a different scene, I just want them to be doing something stupid.
Yeah.
Because just the idea of cutting to something stupid is my favorite thing. So, like, every time it's like, okay, so this scene I'm playing games and I say this. Okay, so what am I doing when it cuts to me? I don't know, I try to put myself in a dumb position or make a dumb face, or I'm doing something that doesn't make sense. Like, when it cuts back to me, I just keep smiling and going back neutral, like... I'm just doing that for no reason. He goes like, well, I don't know, it's just fucking stupid. So that's my favorite thing in Granicore. It's just like, what dumb thing can I be doing when it cuts back to me?
Yeah, I really like just like us like kind of hatching the plan as we're making it happen because like.
Make it up as we go.
What some of you don't know is that like we don't write down scripts. Like we have a general idea of maybe what we want for a video, and then we kind of work off it. Like, well, how do we transition into this or that? And it's like, well, what if this somehow relates to that? And then that's.
Oh yeah,
that's,
we always have ideas for the girl.
Or better yet, what if we just ended abruptly like that? Because like most of our videos like that don't really have many endings that are like left for interpretation.
It's just something dumb happens right? And then it comes to the end slate.
Yeah, it's just whack.
And it's like a lot of times we either don't have an ending to a video or we do have an ending. We're like, oh, it can end that way. But then like we might just think of something fun. It's like, what if this happens? Then is what we always do, and then we just laugh, and whichever one of those makes us laugh the hardest, there's always one we're like, okay, that's it, we're doing that.
Now, we talk about it a lot, but I think Mo Request is a perfect example of what a creative process for Granicore is.
Yeah.
Is literally just like the back and forth, random shit happening, serious tone, abrupt ending. Where's Brady?
Yeah.
You fucking flicking through the channels and then hopping
See, that's a fantastic example. Like when it cuts to me and I'm watching TV, the thing was in our head. It cuts to me watching TV and I have to hear you and I have to go out and yell at you. But I think more beyond just what we need. I think. What would be funny for me to be doing for the instant kind of ridiculous. Like Kramerisms. Like when Kramer comes in the door, when Kramer comes into the scene, he's already funny. Yeah. So I'm on the second on the screen, I'm already funny. Yeah. I'm just doing this with the remote, like flipping the channels inhumanly fucking fast as if I'm absorbing any of that information. Makes no sense at all. And then I'm just like, what is he doing? And then it's just a lot of that shit. Like what am I doing when it cuts back to me? And then.
Yeah, no, it's a really, really good way of doing it. More so about the regards of just like taking a break from skits and stuff. It is like more like the bigger project of like April Fool's.
That was more so what I was talking about. Yeah.
It's a crunch of a process.
Yeah,
especially for you.
I was fucking trying to move when I was making it.
Oh my god. Yeah,
I was helping my girlfriend move all of her shit long before I was moving my stuff because I needed my office still in my parents' house to work on that.
Yeah.
And then all that stuff came over last.
Yeah. But
Yeah. Next
go.
All right. Next question.
Thank you for the question.
K Halifax 10 asks, wonder if they're from Nova Scotia. Have you ever heard of Puppeteer on PS3? This is a question. I feel like a couple of years ago, there's some fucking guy that would ask me that on every one of my videos. Every video uploaded, it would be like, cool video. Also, Puppeteer. And I feel like over the years, there's been like 10 individuals that never stop asking me about Puppeteer. I have it. Like, I know all about this game. It's sealed. Puppeteer. This is my copy sealed. This game's fucking cool shit. Yeah, it's like a side-scroller game with 3D graphics. He plays like a cute little puppet character. I think it's a first-party Sony game even. Who made this? I don't know. It just says Sony on the cover. It might be Sony published. I think it's a first-party published game. Yeah. But it's like a side-scroller. You got a big scissors. If you remember, like, Shovel Knight, like the dig claw, where you kind of, like, punch forward a tile through, like, the block of dirt. Similar-ish, like, movement. You have scissors, and you kind of, like, cut forward through fabric, and that's kind of one of the moves. And it looks really cool. I've never played it myself, but I've seen, like... enough people have asked me about it. I've seen it enough times. I've seen gameplay of it enough times, and, like, I saw it at Walmart one time, like, sealed for really cheap. And the thing is, like, the moment I hear about a game from my comments, it's like, that's in my brain somewhere. So if I ever see that for cheap and it looks like something I would review, then I buy it. Whether or not I have plans on reviewing it soon or not. This I bought probably like 5 years ago, and I just still haven't reviewed it, because again, it's just a matter of getting to it someday. I do want to review it, but there's also 2,000 other games I want to review, so I don't know. I don't ever make schedules. I just do whatever the fuck I want whenever, so that'll happen in 20 years someday.
20 Mario Mondays.
20 Mario Mondays, or it could happen tomorrow. But Puppeteer on PS3, that's something I want to do sometime, and it is a very, very cool game.
This question comes from Jira Chibi. Hey James and Brady, big fan, love Granicore and Nitro Rad, and both have helped helped me get through a lot of bad health stuff, mentally and physically. So can't thank you enough. Well, I'm glad that helped.
Appreciate that. You do a lot. Yeah.
Nice to know our funny and big knowledge in video games.
Well, I have fucking mad imposter syndrome, but I always like hearing people like it actually affects them in like in meaningful way and not just like I liked it when you put Mega Man on screen.
Yeah.
You know, I like a lot of those comments when people like actually it's like no, I'm really glad, dude.
Yeah. So a lot of bad health stuff, mentally, physically, so can't thank you enough. My question is, what do you think about the PS3/360 era of E-rated games are for babies and almost everything has to be shooter, mature, multiplayer focused, and do you think we're out of that era? If you've already answered and discussed that before, what's your favorite level, trope, theme, jungle level, jungle, lava, ice, water, sky, etc.
Like level theme kind of
So when it comes to the PS3 360 era, it was either you played Call of Duty and games like that, or Medal of Honor, or you were a little bitch of a baby. And I was someone who was really bullied by the people that were playing Call of Duty, Gears of War, things like that, because it was all about graphics and how realistic we could make the guns look and sound and how the bullets would tear through people.
Did you ever have like weird teenage boys like talking to you about guns and they would recite like the specific long name of the gun because I saw it in Call of Duty and it's like I don't care, dude.
The only shooter I would have ever cared about, like any kind of gun related game, was Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, same.
And because I didn't know like the actual names of the guns and stuff, they would like list them off. I'm like, cool, you know the catalog of Black Ops 1. I'm happy for you. Cool. Yeah. I know every item in Mario Kart Wii. Cool.
Yeah, it's
the same damn thing.
Yeah, I remember people like there would always be these pretentious Call of Duty Battlefield nerds that I would like remember seeing in like junior high and high school, and they would always just like say like bring up a picture of a gun on the computer lab and like looking at pictures of guns, and it's just because they typed in the fucking numbers and letters they see in Call of Duty and they think they're cool for knowing like the gun name just because it's like nonsense numbers and letters.
Literally,
it's not easy to. It's not hard to remember. Like I know fucking Snake has an M1911A1 in Metal Gear Solid 3. It's just what they say that you're not a cool fucking kid for remembering numbers and letters because that's your gun. But I saw that a lot. I felt like if you didn't play Assassin's Creed or Call of Duty around that era, or Grand Theft Auto, it's like you're a baby bitch.
Yeah, and it's like it's ridiculous because E for everyone. Everyone can play it. Yeah. Not kids, not babies. E for everyone.
But people,
People saw the M or the A on there and they thought they had the most like the biggest amount of power over another person because they could play M-rated stuff. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
That's definitely a big part of it. Yeah. Like they feel like they have access to something you don't. And they just want to. Yeah, you just like accidentally bump my hand. That was fucking weird. But it's just kids bragging that they're allowed to that their fucking parents let them do shit that your parents don't.
Cool. Either your parents trust you a lot or they don't give a shit. I honestly don't care. I'm having fun playing Mario Kart, Mario Galaxy. Friggin' Kung Fu Panda on 360, Lego Indiana Jones, Sonic 06.
My mom never let me play M-rated games when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I think I was like 13 or 14 when I first was allowed to play M-rated games. So like my mom and parents were like super duper strict, but when I was a teenager, it was like, I didn't make me wait till I was like actually the age, or it was like 16 or 17. I think it's 17 plus is M. But like, my parents didn't let me play GTA or shit like that when I was like in elementary and like it wasn't until like middle school. But like all throughout fucking middle school or like early middle school and like elementary, I remember like so many like I remember that a lot and being bullied by like those sorts of people. And it's like I think it's a lot of just culture bouncing off of what sells, and that was when companies kind of figured out what sells. I feel like the PS3 era was kind of the era of, Call of Duty sells like nuts, Grand Theft Auto sells like nuts, this sells like nuts. That was like really the era where I think that was the generation where the video game income of the video game industry finally overtook the movie industry for the first time. And I think it really boils down to that. It's just like, everyone's liking these games and playing them, so we're just going to they're just going to make those types of games. So then the market got oversaturated with like gritty, edgy shit because Call of Duty and Grand Theft Auto sold 1 million copies.
And I think that's why I just didn't invest a lot in that era as much for those systems, was because it was just polluted with shooters and stuff. I'm like, I just want to play platformers. I want to play good things like that.
See, for me, it was a pretty convenient time to me, actually, because that era is when I was a teenager for the first time, and I was first just allowed to play M-rated games. So there was a lot of like more adult-oriented games, and that's when I got into stuff that I never would have played as a kid, like L.A. Noire and like Deus Ex Human Revolution. I still some of the old Assassin's Creed games still guilty pleasures for me, even though I think like objectively Assassin's Creed 1 through Black Flag have all aged like fucking dirt. Black Flag's a little better than the others though, but I did have a lot of fun in that time because I was able to play those sorts of things for the first time, so it was, like, thrilling being able to, like, play these, like, grittier games where people would swear and there's blood and stuff like that, and there's, like, nudity and racism, and you're seeing, like, uglier parts of the world. In games like L.A. Noire, you kind of got that.
You're following more darker tones.
And I liked being able to play games that had darker tones and dealt with more mature things, but it was never a replacement for what I already played. I kept playing Mario and Zelda and Pikmin and all these E-rated games, and I kept buying E-rated games, and I just felt like an extension of that, where a lot of people latch on to this pretentious attitude, I'm allowed to do this, and then they start acting as if the old games they should have been playing as a kid suddenly don't have value.
And I can't help but laugh because I'm serving the people that would bully me into buying Nintendo Switches. I shit you not, here's the story.
The revenge.
Someone who once bullied me.
Like an actual
and literally did this.
Oh, okay, so literally a person.
So, I won't say actual names. He comes in with his girlfriend.
Let's call him Gruber.
Yeah, we'll call him Gruber, and we'll girlfriend's name's TV. So it's TV Gruber. So he comes in with his wife or girlfriend or whatever, and they're like, "Yo, how's it going?" And it's like, "Oh, wow, I haven't seen you in so long." Blah blah blah. And I was like, "So what brings you by?" And he goes, "It's like, I'm looking to get one of those Nintendo Switches. Those look cool. They got like Mario Kart and stuff on it." And I just go, "Oh, okay, cool."
Everyone wants to play Mario Kart once you're 25.
Yeah, and I went, "Oh, okay." I was like, I didn't take you for a Mario Kart guy. I was like, usually you were all about Call of Duty and Gears of War and things like that and blah blah blah. Yeah. And I was like, because you used to say that Mario Kart was for babies. So what happened? He was like, did you start wearing diapers? and he just kind of laughed, and he was just like, he's like, no. It's like I always thought Mario was cool. I was like, no, you didn't. Like just like I was really like just embarrassing him in front of his girlfriend. I was like,
his girlfriend's right there. I forgot about that.
And she's just like, wow, you were an asshole. And he's like, yeah, kinda. He's like, I just try to be cooler than I actually was. I was like, yeah, that's the answer I would like to hear.
But that is something I notice as people get older. Like, I feel like by the time people are 25, they like Mario.
They just want to, I'm just like,
It's mostly a teenager thing, I think. It's like teenagers and like older kids. It was the
fear of fitting in, learning to adapt to that atmosphere, and not realizing that you got to be mature and you got to respect people for what they like and things like that. It was literally that. Yeah. Anyways, like, I didn't try to be malicious or anything, but I was just like clearly making a point, being like, so Mario is cool. Okay, cool.
That's funny though.
I was like, have a good day.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome. Yeah, I'm glad that, I feel like that, to answer the second part of that question, I feel like we are past that era. I see like a lot more like really like wholesome kind of games that like again, I think it boils down to like what it sells and people kind of take notice. Like recently, Animal Crossing sold fucking like Grand Theft Auto numbers almost. Yeah. It's like, ridiculous. So it's like people are starting to come around to like realizing things don't have to be like gritty and edgy and like badass to be like fun and cool. And I think we're definitely past that era for sure. It had its pros and cons. Definitely a lot more cons than pros. Like some, but Anyway, I think we've spent way too long on this question, but it was a good conversation, so thank you.
Well answered question. Yeah, thank you for that.
I got a good one from Humunaga. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. Hello to you both. Gacha games are more popular than ever. What do you think of these games that incorporate gambling mechanics and how they are accessible for children? Should it get regulated more or even prohibited? Thanks for taking your time. Have a great day. Thank you. I feel like, the whole, like, conversation of kids having access to, like, gambling mechanics and games, that's been something, like, obviously I think...
They can become addictions, for sure. I've seen that.
I think, like, obviously, I think you really should just parent better. You shouldn't have kids access to a credit card. Like, for saying, like, a kid spending it on their own will. Now, that said, there's other ways to look at that. Like, it doesn't look like that 90% of the time. I'm sure really what it looks like is, Mom, can I have $20 for Fortnite? Why?
There's this cool skin.
There's this cool skin and my friends and this and that and until roll your eyes, part with $20 for just one piece of cosmetic. One cosmetic thing. It's like Fortnite skins are fucking expensive.
Yep.
And I think that is really predatory. But nothing is more predatory than just straight up gacha. Gacha, you actually get nothing other than just a JPEG of like
a middle finger.
And I think gacha like is straight up gambling.
Yeah.
Like I think having like loot boxes and stuff, that's that's a wishy-washy conversation. But like actual gacha shit, I think it's right there in the name. Gotcha! You wasted your fucking money. It's a waste.
Here's the chances of what you can win,
yeah.
But you're actually just gonna win this common character.
I think gacha games are nothing but a device to extract money from people, and they are not designed to create any sort of entertainment value. And they should not exist. They should not exist. It is a waste. That is what I think a gacha is.
Yeah, I definitely feel that like. A lot of parents should monitor their kids when it comes to those type of games, since they exist and they're clearly legal in areas of the world. But for the most part, it definitely does come down to the aspect of preying on those who are weak to those type of games and parents that are just not paying attention to what their kids are doing, especially if you're careless enough to give them the credit card number. I wouldn't even give my brother my credit card number.
Yeah, well, I'm sure they're not giving the kid the credit card. They're probably doing it
obviously.
For the one purchase.
But like, if you're gonna do that,
it's just surrendering that $20 just because your kid is falling into this this behavior that this game clearly wanted them to fall into. That's when you hit a real slippery slope, because on the surface, me, a functioning adult, like, I'm not gonna lie, I'll play Fortnite every now and then because it's a free thing. And, like, I've bought skins probably twice off of that thing, and, like, playing it on and off, like, a couple of... Just because it's free and you have it, and and whatever. It's like, Fortnite's fine, whatever. But, like... So, to me, it's easy to look at that and say, this is fine. The skins rotate out each day. If you like the game, you want to show up and see what's there, and but... Those things are really addicting. Yeah. It's the kind of thing there's just no real answer to. It's like, how do you implement that in a way that's not predatory? It kind of inherently is, but at the same time, I do like that business model. I don't think it's a bad one, but basically I'm saying is I don't have the answer. I really don't. I don't know. But I do think that there should be something.
There should be limitations to how much you can actually charge a person for something like that.
Well, the thing is, I don't think it's really that. It's more so it's chipping away. It's like, again, a kid like begs his mom for $20 on Fortnite a month is like, and is what the situation I'm imagining in my head. I don't know, but there needs to be some way to just mitigate that behavior. There has to be some sort of way to discourage people from falling into a loop of just wanting more. And I think the culture has to change for that. I think we have to stop glorifying owning things, and I think that is the very core of it all.
Yeah. There you go. I think you found your answer.
That's my 2 cents. Yeah. But that's something, again, I don't know how to do that. How do you change culture? I don't know.
I don't know.
You just have to inherently convince the entire human race to stop putting so much value in just meaningless things. And then you can
I think we'd be better off if everyone would just sit down and listen.
I think people just need to smarten up.
Yeah.
And just really think about what should have value, and not just I want this to impress my friends. Who cares? Just buy it because I don't know. And just self-control is another thing. I don't know.
Yeah, you gotta sit there and go, no, I've already invested in this. That's enough.
Yeah.
Like, exactly. I bought... I think the last skin I had bought was a Green Army Man. Like little toy soldier character. And I went, this is what I'm sticking with.
Yeah.
Toy Story Army Man.
Yeah.
That's literally all I've been, is like for, I think a good month now. I've just been this Green Army guy with his little olive color thing, and I'm just like, I'm good with that.
I'm rereading the question. I don't even know if it was really... It's like Fortnite has stuff like that. This says like gambling mechanics. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, could you call that in Fortnite? I don't know. Fortnite is definitely like a thing that comes up in conversation around those like topics.
Yeah.
Which is why I went there. And it's also one I've like actually played and kind of.
I think a game like Genshin though, like that's one that has a gotcha.
Oh,
I used to jokingly call it Gotcha Impact.
Yeah, Gotcha
Impact. Because literally you're rolling in hopes of getting one character, and you're spending like, I'm gonna say, a large amount of money trying to get this one character. And you just keep getting just common, uncommon characters, and it's not the character you wanted.
I hope I don't get hate for saying this, but some nerds just see like anime boobs and then they just pour out their fucking wallet. It's like,
they're attracted for it.
Fucking, what's wrong with you, dude? Stop fucking. But it's very predatory.
Yeah. But, what was it?
Let's move on to the next question. Again,
I liked when I only played with... I would go into the game and I would get the Smash tokens and I would put them into the slot machine and I would get trophies out of it through virtual points I earned because I played the game, not because I had to add a credit card to it.
Yeah.
So that's...
Games are online now, though. They got to find more ways to get money out of it. That's the solution. Take games offline. You got to delete the internet, and then no more DLC, no more microtransactions, and no internet. That's it. Got to kill the internet.
Yeah, but that means no more eBay.
Next question. I don't want to think about this anymore.
Mo Players says, that's just me. Hey, James and Brady, congrats on the house move. Congrats on the house move.
Thank you.
Yeah, I moved my house.
I moved my house into an apartment.
Yeah. Started watching your content about a year ago, and it's honestly helped me through this crappy last year, as it's both entertaining and really insightful on games I never would have even heard of. Just wanted to ask your process on picking music to fit videos, whether you ran into issues YouTube flagging music because they were from video games or not. So from a Nitro Rad aspect.
For a Nitro Rad aspect, like music getting flagged isn't that much of a problem. Like TV show themes and stuff, like TV, movie soundtracks, like licensed music, like music. Yeah. I find that stuff will all get claimed, but video game soundtracks are usually pretty good as long as it's not a newer series from a big Western publisher like EA or Ubisoft. Like Assassin's Creed soundtracks, Battlefield, stuff like that will probably get claimed. I know Dead Space does. But any Mario soundtracks, banjo music, fucking Star Tropics, anything on NES, most Mario games, like Nintendo doesn't really claim now, at least they haven't in my videos. But they do that still with like Zelda music, don't they?
There was one time, because I remember what you did at one point was slow it down.
Yeah, I used to do that. That doesn't really work much at all anymore.
Nowadays, it's like...
The algorithm's got better, which really sucks. But that's not, I don't really find I have much issues with that, because there is enough music and enough... Because I have just...
Varieties, for
I have just so many video game soundtracks saved to my hard drive, and I just go through them all. There's a lot of... Usual suspects. I like the Glover soundtrack, Hotel Dusk. There's a couple of soundtracks I usually my go-to ones that I know won't get claimed, that I know do sound very nice, very unintrusive. For Nitro Rad, if I'm picking something to talk over, I want something unintrusive, like background music, maybe stuff with just cymbals, no real like lead instrument. I don't know, kind of like bossa nova sound and stuff, like elevator-y music sound and stuff. That's why Hotel Dusk music is perfect. Very somber. I generally just try and pick music that fits the mood of the genre of the game I'm talking about. If it's like horror, I'm trying to have like spookier-ish music, or like kind of more like kind of slower. If sadder, maybe if it's a game like Echo Knight. Otherwise, generally, I try to pick something that kind of matches the rhythm of what I'm saying, because everything has a BPM, including
even movement actions.
Even movement actions, everything has rhythm to it. That is even more apparent in Garanicor. You see, we try to pick tracks that just have like fun. Like a good example is when you wipe your eyes in that Mario 64 video to the sounds of the cymbals crashing. It's just all about
using the Mickey Mousing of it all. Yeah. But like everything has a rhythm, whether it's just physical movement, tone of voice, things like that. It's very impactful because like we were editing today, and I was like, I know a song that we can use right away. I just need to figure it out. It's like, what is it? I think I have it on my computer already. I'm like, no doubt you do.
Yeah, you just said Final Fantasy VII. It's like, yeah, I got the soundtrack.
Yeah, and then I found the name. We threw it in there.
Yeah, we're good because that one's like a nice kind of like a cymbal.
Yeah,
and then it's like boom, 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 boom. They kind of had like this kind of curious wiggliness to it that was just silly and weird. And this is for a shot of you fumbling over like a moron in the hallway. Oh my god! And you're like farting and shit as you're like just screwing on the floor, and you're just like this bumbling oaf, and you have this boom, 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 this wobbly, wiggly sounding music. That it's all about rhythm and the mood and
that's probably one of my favorite things is like just picking up the music and stuff.
We always do that together.
Because what was it when we did another one? What's it called? Tea time.
Tea time.
When I'm walking through the house.
Mega Man Legends music, isn't it?
Yeah, Mega Man Legends music, but it goes with how I'm moving. We were like, we're gonna make it like a PS1 game. We got to have that type of music that just innocent.
It's innocent. It's slow because the movement is slow. Boom, boom, boom,
I'm working with like a tank control-esque style.
It's it's rhythm, it's movement, and it's mood.
Yeah,
those three things.
Gotta figure those out. So thank you for that question.
I got another one from Lazy Does Voice. I'm gonna make sure I'm not skipping one yet. Lazy Does Voices asks, "Howdy. Just want to say you guys are a huge inspiration to me. I've seen you covered all the Pac-Man World games. Do you have any interest in covering Pac-Man World Rally?" No. I don't care about this kart racing spin-off. When I eventually review Jak and Daxter 1, 2, and 3 in the Precursor Legacy, like, I'm not going to do Jak X. I don't care.
Yeah.
It's a racing game. I don't fucking like racing games. I like Mario Kart and that's it. So, no. Sorry.
You said their name.
Lazy Does Voices?
Yeah, Lazy Does Voices. Scared the crap out of me the other day. I was setting up for a stream.
Yeah.
And because Streamlabs basically picks up on like notifications in real time, they followed me on there, and I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready to start my stream.
No.
And so I just get a blaring notification of, I think it was them either subscribing or following.
Yeah.
So I get the Donkey Kong Kremlin coin like gain sound that goes, and I just go, what? Oh! It's like you. I gotta thank them when I start the stream.
That's fucking awesome.
Scared me.
That.
So props to you for that.
Props to the timing.
The shit out of me.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I got a memory sometimes. All right, which one?
I have a memory sometimes.
I have a memory sometimes.
Sometimes
it works.
Need more memory, bud.
All right, I think this is the one that I went and got.
You didn't take the pictures close enough, did you?
Yeah, that's my problem.
I just made the one I wanted in the very center of the screen.
Yeah, that's what I tried.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is the question. I just wanted to make sure.
Okay.
So, fighting feng shui.
Feng shui.
Yeah, feng shui.
Yeah, feng shui.
I'm sorry if I got that wrong. Fighting feng shui. Says, I was going to ask if you heard that apparently Metabots is still going strong in Japan.
Which is
good for you.
Well, I can't play any of those games. I can't read
that's
Japanese.
True.
Oh, fucking...
That is true. Unless they do...
Put them in English, then I'll give a shit.
English patches.
Well, I mean, the one good thing about Metabots still going in Japan is there's still Metabots merch, so I got some nice
you
Metabots
can get some
model
cool
kits.
Models.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can see one in the background, right there.
Yeah. This question I heard in another podcast, so I gotta ask. If you can pick one movie and change the cast to Muppets except one human actor, which movie would it be, and who would be the one human actor? So, immediately...
The Departed, except Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
Yeah, like there's the scary, like... Jack Nicholson, he's the only human character. Everyone else trying to, like, figure out who the crime is, and so they're all Muppets.
Yeah.
That'd be fucking perfect.
Immediately, I was like... I want to see Scarface with all Muppets except for Al Pacino.
Al Pacino. That would be really similarly. I really
just want to see that. If I had to pick another one, any of the Friday movies, I love the Friday movies with Ice Cube.
I've never seen them.
You gotta watch them.
I know they're classics.
You have to watch them with me. They're so good. Oh, God.
Well, now that I have a place and you can just come over anytime.
I loved him.
You should come over just to hang out and we don't do shit.
Yeah, that would be nice just to actually take a day.
Just because, like, I've always lived at my parents', so I'd, like, barely get a chance to, like, hang with people properly. So we only really hang out on days we're doing something.
Yeah, where we have, like, ideas for Grind a Quarter.
Yeah, just like, we're either filming a video or, but now that I have a place and a proper space for it, you should just come over sometimes. We can watch fucking movies.
Yeah, our friendship doesn't always have to be all work. Some play.
We have a strictly professional relationship.
I do some work and then I go home. Yeah, that's how I do. Thank you for the question.
Am I doing mine now?
Yeah. Here you go.
Okay, forgot we do questions. Big Cal asks, are there any game franchises you'd like to get? You'd like to see? Oh, this is a really good question actually. You'd like to see a new entry, but it would be a completely different genre. I guess like Star Fox Adventures, like a Metal Gear Solid Kart Racer or a SpongeBob RPG. Okay, if they made a new game in a series and it was like a completely different game, I want to think of an example that would piss everybody off except me.
I got one.
What is it? I got nothing.
Okay, so I literally want a Dynasty Warriors Super Mario game. I want Mushroom Kingdom Warriors.
I feel like that would piss off me and nobody else.
Yeah.
I would hate that.
Yeah, no, like
I hate those games.
I just really want to see Mario whacking a hammer around and stuff. Luigi doing his fire and tornado and high jumps and stuff. Vacuum. Yeah. I want to see Peach with her parasol from Super Princess Peach.
Yeah.
Her emotions. I want to see Bowser with a chain chomp. I want to see him swinging it around and stuff.
Yeah, they would
like
that.
I think they could do really cool. Have Donkey Kong expansion. That would be cool.
The Donkey Kong expansion. Expand that dong.
Ha ha! I did the joke. You did the joke.
Yeah, well, I did it so you didn't have to. So.
Who's the critic of nostalgia now? Not me.
That's the last person I'd want to be.
I don't want to be. What's his name? Doug.
Doug Walker.
I almost said Doug Allen.
Random story, but I remember Al told me that he was at a convention one time and he saw Doug Walker at a booth, and there's this like fucking grognard that was like talking his ear off.
I think I was with
for like an hour and wouldn't leave him alone, and then he just makes eye contact with Al, and Al just kind of like, and he just goes, and he makes this expression as if he's saying, "Please come talk to me," so this guy will leave, and then Al didn't, and just left. Left him without.
I left so you don't have to. Oh my God,
Doug Walker.
My sympathies to you, buddy. But
Doug Walker is like one of those people who's not a human being anymore. It's like Mike Matei. He's just like a figure. He's just like a cartoon character now. He's like like Nicolas Cage. Like
he's
that
not
man's
a real
not
character.
real. He's not a real person.
Yeah,
he can't be. I don't believe it. It's got to be a real human parody at this point.
People I don't consider real: Carrot Top, Nicolas Cage, Doug Walker. Oh my Lord!
I still haven't even answered this question. I don't know what it was.
Yeah, right.
I don't fucking know. I said it was a really good question too. I don't even know the fucking thing. I want a duck hunt, but it would be like a cooking simulation, and you have to you have to prepare the duck, and then you serve it, and it's like duck cook duck. I don't know. That's really stupid. I literally just looking at the Meebos up there. I saw duck hunt and trying to make an idea.
Earthbound card game.
What if we got Wii Fit and it wasn't even like a fitness game? It was just like an RPG or something stupid. I just want something that would piss people off. It'd be funny.
Wii Quest.
Wait. No, you know what? Let's get I want another Star Fox game that's like a 3D platformer like Mario, and just nothing like Star Fox. And you could have cool like jet mechanics, like little booster jets, like Outer Wilds, similar physics, something like that. That's what I want. I want to because like those sorts of that sort of world and characters and like the gadgets and ray guns they have, that would work great for like a 3D platformer with like shooting elements in the way that like Donkey Kong is shooting elements. The peanut gun, like just use your blaster to interact with the environment in different ways and maybe shoot enemies. That's what I want, is 3D platforming Star Fox. You got a bunch of funny little characters that could do different things. Falco could jump higher, Fox could be faster, Slippy could be in the water, and Peppy Hair could I don't know, you find an ability for him. That's Star Fox platformer. Because I always love those characters and I hate those games. I hate rail games. I hate flying planes, spaceships. It's not my shit. Platforming is.
Yeah, aside from Mushroom Kingdom Warriors, I would like a F-Zero game, but it would have kind of like an open world you could drive around.
Yeah.
And then like you have the mission selects. Like I've talked about it before, but like that's definitely one.
Like more Grand Theft Auto-y, like, but you're a bounty hunter kind of, not like the missions would be.
Give me a Mr. Game & Watch platformer.
God, what would that even be like? With like a 3D platformer?
Not a 3D platformer, 2D platformer.
But a 3D platformer that looked like 3D Game & Watch graphics would be really
crazy.
Cool. Like cell shaded to look like. Make everything still. I don't know how that would work.
They could literally just call it like Flat World or something.
Yeah.
Flat Zone or something.
Yeah, I don't know. We're like 40 minutes in and we got like 4 questions. So let's like go through these.
Was that your question or my question?
That was my question. Yeah.
Okay. So.
I love how we're like trying to be more organized. This podcast. This still ends up going.
Well, see, this is the first time. This is the first time. Okay. So, now I remember, because the question below it was my answer.
I see.
Yeah, what are games you've wanted to play but never did? So, Earthbound was one of them.
Yeah, I'm surprised
Castlevania Symphony of the Night. That was another one.
I don't like
it. And,
Sue me.
I think it was Space Channel 5. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never played that.
Those are three games that I haven't played, and I really wanted to.
3 games I really want to, but haven't. Oh man, I want to play the Jak and Daxter games really bad.
Good games.
Never played Jak and Daxter.
Yeah.
Like remove my platformer card, I know, but like it's the only one.
Yeah.
It's the only one that's like, really, you have it? That's like the only one. Like Psychonauts, Banjo, or anything else I played, like Ratchet and Sly, anything of us, like just Jak is the only one. So that's one of them for sure. I really want to play that new Yakuza 7. Those games are long, and I want to play 7 because it looks so different. It looks goofy, and the characters are awesome.
They really went full goof on it, and I'm happy.
I hear that game is just like, yes, it's the stupid, goofy Misfits, and that was like 6 is my favorite Yakuza game, just because I loved that cast. When you're in Hiroshima and you just have just a cast of fart knockers like us. It's just the dialogue's so good. It's just shit like that. You just got a room full of fucking idiots, and Kiryu's like, we must do this. And they're like,
I'm gonna punch you in the face.
But Yakuza 7 is another one, and oh god, it's another game I would like to play but never had the time to.
That's okay, James. I can answer one if you don't want.
Yeah, what do you got?
Chrono Trigger.
Chrono Trigger.
Yeah.
You've never played Chrono Trigger?
Okay, so it's a lie when I say I've never played it. I played up until like literally into the festival like you go to, and then I stop. I always stop.
So you've played 2 minutes of Chrono Trigger.
I've played 2 minutes of Chrono Trigger, and like.
So you haven't played Chrono Trigger.
I haven't. So it's a lie, but it's not a lie. I've really got to sit down and just play because it's only 10 hours.
It's a 10 to 15 hour game.
Yeah,
it is the shortest JRPG
if
ever.
If I can beat Sonic Forces within like 2 days, I could literally just
Sonic Forces is a 1 hour game. It was such a
butt game.
If I reviewed that game now, I'd be a lot more critical of it.
Sonic forced you to say good things about it, so.
I mean, I still mean what I say.
Yeah, like there's good things about it, but there's just lacking game.
It's just sometimes I feel like I choose to be less critical of a game, and because I want to explore like what I took from it. Instead, because it usually do that with games where I know a lot of other people have already voiced critical opinions of it. So like Star Fox Adventures and Sonic Forces, those videos are like that. But then you get a lot of comments being like, "Why didn't you really go over these problems?" And it's just like people expect that from me because I usually do, but it's just like I feel like.
Because why not explore something that someone hasn't said yet, right?
Yeah.
Smart.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't think of a third game, but we can go to the next question if you want.
All right, it's all you.
Gert Gamma asks, if you had the chance to collab with any actor for a skit, who would I choose? Steve Buscemi. I've always wanted to do a comedy skit with Steve Buscemi. If watching him in Fargo, like that scene where he gets way too fucking mad at the TV for not working. It's just like, that's a Garanicore character. You know what I mean? Steve Buscemi getting really angry is hilarious. There's just so much you could do with that. Like, let's think of all of the things our dumb characters could do to piss him off in different ways.
You could just name him Uncle Dad or something.
Yeah, like Uncle Dad.
Yeah, Uncle Dad.
And I want him to be like Fargo. Steve Buscemi was like, what the fuck? I don't know any what the fucking shit. Fucking bullshit. You know, like fucking like that. Just pissed off, like trailer trash. The kind of character he played in that movie. What about you?
I would like to either do a skit with, I think it's, what's his name?
I don't know.
Oh my lord, I forgot his name.
Who is he? Describe him. What movies? Physique.
Oh shit, never mind. My brain literally just like blocked him. I want to do like skit with Al Pacino.
Oh, Al Pacino.
Like I just really want to.
I did forget Al Pacino's name. You said him earlier.
No, I know. Like literally, my brain was like, "You okay? That's your one today, and that's it."
That's your one time you get to remember this guy.
Yeah, either Al Pacino or like Christopher Walken. I just really want like
I still got a
awkward interaction with them.
Oh, that would be really good. I still got to review Dunkachino.
You still got to review Dunkachino?
Don't worry about it. It'll make sense someday. Do you want to move on to the next question? That's your
yeah.
Okay, did you just read yours?
No, that was yours.
Okay, that was mine. Okay.
$1 podcast. So, this question comes from Slampile. Hope you're doing well. What's a feature you wish you'd see more often in video games, whether just in general or like in a specific genre?
Wall jumps that are actually good. Only 2 games have a good wall jump. Everything else is either magnetic or it's like, I'm interrupting you. Go on.
That's okay. I just want double jumps that mean something. But, no.
You. Suck a fucking wiener dog.
Listen, people in the comments would probably say it, so I gotta tickle their funnies sometimes.
Yeah, you gotta
flick
at me so they can laugh at it. You know, that's
so I just genuinely want and remind me before I have to go because I have to give it to you.
Mario?
Super Mario's 3D World. Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. In Bowser's Fury, you get this power-up menu where you can have, I think it's up to 5 of each item.
Oh, what?
And you can choose between them, whether it's a mushroom, fire flower, super bell, tanuki tail, cat suit, all those type of things, and a boomerang flower. It's just a really cool concept that they implemented, and I'm like, I would like them to do this for any more like Mario games. I wish they brought it over into 3D World. Because then it would have just been like that's like a no-brainer.
Yeah.
And it's just so helpful, especially like if you're like doing the Crown World.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god.
Because anytime you need like a specific power up or something,
you'll just have access to it. And I understand like it would take away from the difficulty, but like the only thing that's stopping you from doing that is a push of a button.
Yeah.
And like literally they give you the option to use the super tanuki tail or whatever.
Yeah, that's true.
And you get the white tanuki tail, and
it's
because you die so much. So like there is no excuses to not implement.
You can't really make that argument when they have the super leaf.
So like the only thing that's stopping you from beating it with no power up is you pressing that button.
Yeah.
So that's what I would want. What you want a wall jumps?
Just wall jumps. Yeah. I just feel like wall jumps are either like they're magnetic and it does it for you, or they just don't work. Wall jumping must be a really hard thing to implement because the only games I've ever played that have really good feeling wall jumps, 3D Mario's and Blue Fire.
Yeah.
When I played Blue Fire and oh my god, I tell you, when I fucking was playing that thing and just this for the first time, this is a game with like wall jumping that just feels good and takes skill to execute, and it's not just magnetic and doing it for me. Even like Crash Bandicoot 4 had magnetic wall jumping.
Yeah, no, like I was gonna bring it up.
Magnetic wall jumping is the most pointless thing. It's just all it is you go up to something, you may as well press the A button to open a door. You just hit the wall.
You might as well put a ladder there.
You just hit the A button until you're at the top, and it's like it's in every fucking game that does wall jumping does that. I've played so many like lower
that was one of my
platformers.
gripes with Crash 4.
I hate games that do fake wall jumping. Do real wall jumping, please.
Because like was lame. Like, it was a cool concept in, Sonic Adventure, where you jump on the panel and go, whoop, 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 whoop.
Oh, yeah, that's
because
different.
it's all fast-paced.
Yeah.
And you think, like, you're in the opening of Sonic CD or something.
Yeah.
Where you're like, whoa, 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 whoa.
That is what that is, the Sonic CD thing. And that's, the thing is, that is a separate mechanic. You can say, like, magnetic wall jumping isn't wall jumping. It's that mechanic. It's magnetic warping. And magnetic warping is way more interesting when you stylize it in a way like Sonic Adventure figured out how to.
Utilize
But if you're going to actually use that mechanic and then disguise it as wall jumping, fuck you, fuck off.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I want.
Wall jumps.
If you're going to do that magnetic shit, find a way to make it interesting like Sonic Adventure did.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my answer. And that was your question, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we got another one from Joey Freer. Hello! I was wondering if you've considered that putting that iCarly cover you got commissioned up somewhere for us to listen to. I put up the Corey in the House and the Drake and Josh ones on Garanacor.
Yeah, we made an intro for it, but I mean we already have an intro for it. Might need to make an extension of it by just adding some of the footage.
Because I have the second version. Yeah, I can do that. Yeah. I'll just throw that up in Garanacor. I'll just make the first, just copy and paste the intro. And then I'll just have credits theme be after, and it'll just say credits theme or something. I can throw that up on Garanacor, just because I did the other ones. So, there's that.
Yeah, there you go. By Mr. Businessman, they say, so tell us, what's Brady thinking about? But anyway, my actual question... I know you were a big fan of Umurangi and photography. Photography? You good?
I hit myself really hard in the left nut, and it hurts really bad.
I didn't even notice.
Oh my god. Go, stop. Just fucking stop. Keep going.
I'm so confused. You're stop, go. Just fucking stop.
This needs to stop. This needs to go.
Go, Dick. Stop, Dick.
Hurts.
Yeah, no, I hate injuring any of
it's starting to fade.
Yeah.
The fire fades.
Have you ever sat on your nuts?
Yeah, I mean they're down there. Who hasn't?
Yeah,
if you haven't sat on your nuts, you don't have any.
It's the worst feeling. I did that once in class, and I went,
ha!
That.
I know I've done that in gym class, sitting on the bench. Before.
Yeah.
Fuck.
We just got no spot. We need nut bras. Nut bra. Okay, so Mr. Businessman asks, so tell us, what's Brady thinking about? But anyway, my actual question, I know you were a big fan of Umurangi and photography, not photography.
I guess it's more so
does new Pokemon Snap scratch the same kind of itch, or is it too simple by comparison? In my opinion, the on-rails approach makes it too annoying to get things just right since you're constantly moving. And I think...
that's kind of the point of the game, though. That's because it's Pokemon Snap is a rail shooter first and a photography game second is what I think people seem to forget. While it's easy to look at a game with a camera that you take pictures, you go, this is a photography game. Reel it back and think about the development. They weren't making a photography game. They wanted to make a rail shooter with Pokemon.
But how do you make that non-violent?
You can't, how do you make that non-violent? Well, you shoot them on film. And then they have some other mechanics in there to make it. So it's a rail shooter first, photography game second. And that was the whole point of the intro of my Umurangi video when I say these games don't scratch that itch because they're these sorts of things. I want a game where you walk around and focuses on it. And then Umurangi was that game. The only thing I say comes close to scratching that sort of itch is Africa. It's a PS3 game. It's Africa with a K instead of a C. Really rare and hard to find these days, but that was a game that does that. New Pokemon Snap, I haven't played it. It looks gorgeous.
Yeah.
But I feel like if I bought that, I would be buying it thinking I want a game where it's like a rail shooter, not just for taking pictures. And obviously you're taking pictures, but it's it's a rail thing. It's I don't know. And the whole point is to go through it multiple times, and it's a score-based thing. It's more arcade-like is the whole, and it's a sequel to an older type of game. On-rails games don't really exist in the way they do now. Even games like Star Fox, rarely exist. You maybe got what is it? Not Phantasy Star, but the Sin and Punishment. That thing on Wii is sometimes they still do stuff like that, but you don't really see that much anymore. But it's again, so it's that it's a sequel to an old type of game, so obviously it's still gonna be that.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. No, it doesn't scratch an itch, but I didn't expect it to. It's not that kind of game.
Captain Toad had a cool little on-rail shooter in it.
Really?
Yeah, it had like these levels where you would fall into a minecart.
Yeah.
And it's full of turnips, and it has a cannon on it, and you would fire the Mario turnips at enemies and blocks to get the coins, get the gems.
Like SMB2 turnips?
Yeah, like Super Mario Bros. 2. They implemented the turnips back into like a Mario game for Captain Toad, because like
those turnips have not been in a game since
like Mario 2. The only thing I can
Smash Bros. Think of is Smash Bros. Doesn't count. Smash Bros. Doesn't count.
Yeah, no, like you pull up the turnip, and it's like you can get the Giga turnip or the just normal size turnip.
That's so cool.
I really like Captain Toad.
Yeah,
it's a good
really
game.
Cool. I like when they bring back a little thing like that. Like when they brought Reznor back. In, New Super Mario Bros. 2. Like fuck that game. It's this like the worst Mario game ever.
Thank God we got Reznor back.
It's Reznor. That made me happy. Seeing Reznor back with 3D graphics, I was like, oh, that's him. I like Reznor.
Yeah. I'm still like mixed on the idea of Blue Toad kind of being like the consistent character.
Yeah, I don't like it. They should have a character that's not Toad.
Yeah, they use those colors in Super Mario Bros. 2 because that was like how you would depict like the character you're playing, right?
Yeah.
It was just the color scheme then. They implemented that into the main line now, and I'm just like, OG Toad, like the actual Toad that is like Toad that you should play as, is just Toad in the red and the purple vest. But
now he's always blue. He's always blue.
But like Toad, all the generic Toads are the Toad in the purple vest and the red spots.
Yeah.
And it's because literally that's just the model that they always have access. Yeah. So why not make it that? And I'm like, no! Make all the multicolored Toads the ones that are random.
Damn. Yeah. That's
what Mario Sunshine did right.
Oh my god. Yeah. Oh my god. That's something I never even thought about, but I would like looking at Toads and like newer Paper Mario games, all that shit, so much more if they just had Toad based on character is the only one that's red with spots, and all the rest are just all the colors, tons of different colors, and then why just blue for the standard one? Yeah.
What kind of makes me upset is like they're really skipping out also on not making like different colored Toadettes.
Yeah, it's just pink.
I think.
But Brady, Pink's the girl character. If they make him a different
Pink don't matter.
How would I know she's a girl?
Fucking shove your friggin' gender assigned colors up your ass.
I mean, Rosalina's like blue.
Go bingo. Go bingo.
I think a light blue Toadette would work fine.
Yeah.
Just make Toadette different colors. She looks different than Toad. She has different hair. Like, it would work fine.
At least bring back Toadsworth for fuck's sakes.
Why are we talking about Toads instead of
because I was talking about Captain Toad, and that led to that because it was a shooter. It's your go.
Awesome Hat asks, what do you think about HBO making a Bloodborne series? I did not know HBO was making a Bloodborne series. HBO's like high budget. They made like Game of Thrones, didn't they? They make like Boardwalk Empire, like True Detective. They're like they have budget. I feel like that might turn out good, but the thing is, like, Bloodborne just kind of doesn't work as, like, a story. Bloodborne kind of works as, like, a decrepit world you walk through and take in. You're like, oh, shit, I think that statue might have been there because people would have worshipped it for this reason, maybe? I saw that thing. But that's the point of Bloodborne. You walk around, you're not watching a plot unfold. You're thinking about why all this shit's here, and that's the point of it. I feel like...
You piece it together yourself.
You can't do that with a TV show.
Like, unless they're just literally gonna have, like, some guy just wandering around a world, and then you're like, how do I do that? What goes there?
Unless it's gonna be some, like, backstory about, like, the Healing Church and how they, like, was using the new blood or some shit and where that came from. But I feel like the mystery of that is what makes Bloodborne so charming, is, like, the fact that you don't know all this, the fact that it's so shrouded in, like, mystery is part of what makes it so unsettling, and you see the horrible remains of what something was, and explaining that through backstory is the only way I can see that show working, and that doesn't work. So I just think you just can't turn Bloodborne into a TV show. It defeats the point. I mean, it might be a fine TV show, but it wouldn't really be what Bloodborne is, you know what I mean?
I tell you what you can really turn into a TV show is WarioWare. You could turn that... Like, I had the idea of, like, a WarioWare musical, but you could turn that in, like, a TV show, whether it's, like, styled, like, kind of like a... Robot Chicken gimmick, where it's just random sketches
Shorts.
or something, or like
5-minute
Planet
shorts.
Sketch, or
they got enough of enough funny characters.
Nintendo's sleeping on some crazy ideas. They could have Rhythm Heaven involved in that, because it's
but Rhythm Heaven doesn't sell 7 trillion copies, so I
wish it did. It's a freaking cool game.
No, if something only sells 2 million copies, it's not enough.
Yeah. Freaking poopy butt, poop scoop. So from Pauline, they comment, what's your favorite video game cartoon?
Wario. No.
WarioWare.
Video game cartoon? I don't even know if I have one. I don't know if I've ever really enjoyed thoroughly
Donkey Kong Country.
Video game cartoon. I mean, I like that as a kid, but it's I like that, and I like laughing at it and how goofy and silly it is, and appreciating the rigid old technology that was used to make the show, but I don't think it's an actually good
I just think it sticks well to its source. That to me, that's what I think really matters.
I actually am a sucker. I've never watched it, but I've seen a couple of episodes. And I've seen tons of clips of goofy scenes, and it's just so good. The old 90s... You know what I'm going to say? Yeah? Say it.
No.
You nodded. I thought you were going to guess what I was getting at.
No, go on.
Mega Man.
Yes.
The one with Ian James Corlett.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Ian James Corlett does a great
job.
Now
I've got your...
Plasma power! And he's in the part where he's like, ha! I knew you'd risk yourself for Mr. Lincoln. Where the 90s where they had to Americanize all these Japanese or was it 80s? 80s or 90s?
It was I think it was late 80s,
around there.
Early 90s.
Super fighting robot.
Because they had Mega Man X. They had Mega Man X.
They did have Mega Man X, so it was 90s, yes.
Yeah.
That show is cheese fest. I love it, and and the whole Americanizing Japanese properties, bastardizing it, Mega Man. There's a part where Mega Man has to Proto Man's gonna shoot the statue of Abe Lincoln, and Mega Man jumps out of and stops him, and it's like, I knew you'd fall for that because you wouldn't let me shoot Abe Lincoln. And it's like, not Abe Lincoln. It's like, shut up, you're fucking I watched National Treasure for the first time, and every time, every 2 seconds, Nicolas Cage has to be like, the Declaration of Independence, the President's America. God bless. It's like, shut the fuck up! I don't give a shit about any of this fucking America shit.
Nicolas Cage should be the president in the Sonic movie.
He would be perfect.
Especially
oh my God!
Adventure 2. I think he would be the best
president.
That would
be perfect! That'd be perfect.
Yeah.
Oh my God. But no, any old cartoon that bastardizes a Japanese property into American cheesy schlocky dumb shit, I love. I don't think it's good, and I think it's kind of disrespectful to the source material, but looking back at it 30 years, 20 years later, it's just kind of fun to laugh at. Yeah. So the Mega Man's one's my favorite example of that.
I always have a soft spot for the Super Mario Bros. Super Show, just because it was just friggin' hilarious. It had so many,
so quotable.
Animation problems. For the cells being incorrectly, colored in, and all that stuff. Luigi has, an extra thumb. There's a weird clip of when they were in a super mech robot fighting a giant King Koopa.
Yeah.
And when the thing falls apart, Luigi's laying here, but for some reason when he was controlling the legs, there's an eye slot for him to see. You can still see someone's eyes in there. And I'm just like, who the fuck is that?
Low budget animation makes some amazing things sometimes. Yeah. God, we really gotta play these questions, or okay. So, we got another one from Famicom Lass. I've been getting very into the Virtual Boy recently. I'm sorry to hear that. No, I'm joking. So I was just wondering what your thoughts on that system are. I really appreciate bleeding edge technology. Bleeding edge, what makes it different from cutting edge is way ahead of the time. Wow. Bleeding edge is too far ahead of the time, where the ideas are great, but the technology just isn't there to make it work. So bleeding edge technology is, we have these great ideas, we're going to do this, but the technology sucks and we made a shitty version of it. I love stuff like that. Like the juice box, early digital video, where the video now, you had to plug in the cartridge. Yeah, Laserdisc is don't fucking knock Laserdisc though. Laserdisc is the highest definition analog format you can get still. Yeah. So fucking Laserdisc is actually objectively fantastic. One of the best analog formats as far as I know. But I really want Laserdisc. Don't fuck with it. Anyway, I very much appreciate the Virtual Boy as a piece of history. I think it's a very interesting thing. There's no good software on it, and it sucks as a console, but that's not why you're playing the Virtual Boy. You know, you're not playing it to play good games. Like I said earlier, sometimes I'm more interested in interacting with something interesting than I am just like having a good time, if that makes sense. Like, I'm having a good time by doing that, more than but just... I'm not trying to have fun with a game, is what it is. So I like the Virtual Boy a lot. It also looks cool. It's just cool fucking looking thing.
I think it was Scott DeWaz that just did a video on that.
Yeah?
I was reading up on that. Apparently, they were going to have, like, a colored Virtual Boy, but, like, because of how much it cost, they were just like, no, we're just going to go with the red and black. We're good with that.
The good thing they did, because the games are all red and black.
Yeah.
What if you had
they wanted full color games.
Oh, that's what you meant.
But it would cost too much money.
I thought
that would have literally made the games and the system way more money than it was.
I completely misunderstood what you meant. I thought you meant like Game Boys came out in multiple colors.
No.
You get a green one or a yellow one.
For like that's just like an indigo and a gray Virtual Boy.
But I was imagining a blue Virtual Boy that instead of red and black, you look in and it's blue and black. Then there's a yellow and black one that's yellow. I thought that would be fun.
No, that's the Sega Virtual Gear.
Virtual Gear.
That was your question, yeah?
Yeah, that was the question.
So, from Professor Dunce, they ask, what do you guys think Granicore would look like if it had a massive movie studio budget? Would you bring in more actors, more costumes, spend all on more copies of Super Mario Sunshine? Well, that's more so me. I'm the one who owns more copies of Mario Sunshine and Sonic Adventure 2, but for the idea of having a major budget for Granicore, buddy, you know it would be like some Marvel Cinematic Universe shit. Like, I'd be getting we'd be having cameos, we'd be having...
I feel like for
more lore-driven stuff.
For like actors, I feel like we wouldn't really even get any more actors than just us. But I would get hundreds of extras to do shots of like armies charging at us.
Like could you imagine if we had like an effects studio?
Yeah.
Or like just a budget for the effects studio, having fill-ins to just have like a genuine like full army of Brady's just running.
Oh my God.
Or like battle of the Pizza Jaces and the Nuclear Gamers or something like that. Like have like the Marvel portals open up and it's just all the Granicore universes.
I always thought that if we had a Granicore like series finale, it would have to be like the two most powerful characters in the series having like a fucking final fight at the top of Arsenal Gear, like the end of Metal Gear 4.
Yeah.
Like, that fight, it has to be that.
I already have, like, an idea of just how to end, like, one saga. Like, I have, like, a notebook at home full of, like, just random shit that I've jotted down, ideas for videos and stuff. But, like, if we had, like, a full budget for, like, that would be... That'd be the end of my life right there. I'd just be doing that for the rest of my life.
That would not be the end of your life.
That would be the start of your life. No, that would be the start of my life.
I would, if I had infinite budget, I would just, like, pay Alex enough money to, like, not have to have a job so we could just be in videos all the time again.
Your job is to be here and film and
the thing is that he could stay out in Ontario with his family. We could just fly him out here every time we need him. We got a budget, boy. Just get him on a plane. That's fucking peanuts. Don't matter. That'd be awesome.
Just so you know, since this isn't false, we actually do have the budget. We are opening up a new website called Granicore Plus. We have all sorts of Granicore videos on there, and if you subscribe for a year-long time, you'll also gain access to a whole bunch of other channels. I'm joking. I love doing that nowadays.
It's really good.
Literally, I just go, hi, here's the joke, here's the punchline, I'm joking.
Yeah. Or,
we were saying earlier,
another version of that I also like is like, just saying just joking or just kidding. Oh, just kidding is what I say. I would be like, this, that, and that, just kidding. Like, you're going to say just kidding, like, part of the same sentence. Like,
what? What was it? You were saying it's like, why did chicken cross the road to get to the other side? Like, no one could answer.
Yeah, like, no one could answer that.
You've said it already.
Why did chicken get across the road to get to the other side? Just kidding. like shit like that. People are just like, what did you say?
Why do ducks ruffle their tail feathers so they can hide their butt whack?
Fuck you. I got another question.
Okay.
Oscar Rodriguez says, "Hey guys, firstly I want to say I'm really proud of you, James, for getting your own place. Thank you, dude. I'm very proud of myself too. My question is, did it ever get a little tedious to reread the script for the April Fools? No, but it got tedious to rewrite the script over and over in April Fools. Dude, I just keep copying, pasting the same script and then editing it and then cross-referencing like 7 scripts, making sure like I didn't redo anything or like re-put in the same idea more than once. So that happened a couple times. I had to rewrite a lot of that. And then there's one loop there's 2 loops, or 1 or 2 loops we ended up cutting out because the video was getting way too long, and then we had to rearrange certain gags in the edit and put them somewhere else, and that was a different thing. So yeah, that did get really tedious, but like, yeah, I had to plow through that if I wanted that video to come out good. So
more so for me, it was just like trying to not make it too different, but like accurate, because like
you didn't have the
you had the writing process of it, but like for me it was just like I gotta try to make this as close to as possible.
Yeah. You did a really good job too,
and scare people.
Yeah,
but yeah, no, it's cool.
Because I guess because my lines change a lot throughout it, but yours were always the same. Yeah, so that's definitely more of a you question.
Yeah. So, from Jolly Giant 64, that's a friggin' cool name.
That's a cool name.
What are your thoughts on Nintendo's newly announced Game Builder Garage?
Oh,
love the April Fool's video. Very fun.
Thank you.
Glad you had fun with it. Glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
For Nintendo's new announced Game Builder, I at first I was like, it looks like Nintendo's style of Dreams, where you have more kinda. Like fun with like just building a 3D platformer or like side scroller or like things like that.
It's a little simpler than Dreams though. Like, Dreams really robust.
Yeah.
But this looks cool. It's not something I'm ever gonna play, but like I'm a big fan of anything that is an interesting, new, and actually effective way to teach younger people something.
Yeah.
The whole point of this thing is to teach people the basic understandings of programming.
Yeah.
Not, when you say programming, I'm saying forget numbers and code, forget HTML. Think about just this plus this equals this. What is happening behind the code?
Yeah.
I learned a lot about that when I played with Game Maker a lot in middle school. You kind of realize that video games are really just a series of variables that are being tested in different instances and creating different results.
Yeah.
Based on the inputs and blah, 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 blah. But this is a really interesting way of teaching kids, like take away the code, take away the HTML, take away like the language, the programming language, and just figure out the things interacting. This is the this and this plus this equaling this, and we're showing you firsthand and walking you through it and making you actually understand how you get to this from adding these together. And then after that, if a kid can have that mechanical understanding of what programming does, then you can learn the programming language, and you're already ahead of the game. You just have to learn how to... It's like... I know how to say a sentence. I know how to describe how to get to the store. You learn that before you learn how to write that out.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. You have to learn how those mechanisms interact and result in something. Then you have to learn the language to write that down and tell the machine to make those things happen.
Yeah.
So I think that is really brilliant. Really brilliant to making young people, very young people, understand those concepts, and then later when they see HTML, they ever want to learn programming or something, they're gonna be like, "Oh, I get this because like when I made that thing jump, it was," and then it's just going to snowball a much firmer understanding of programming for the next generation of people. This sort of thing, I think it is awesome. I'm never gonna play. I don't fucking care, but I think it is an amazing thing.
Secretly, a Nintendo training program. Just so you know.
Yeah.
Early adopters get first in line, first served.
Yeah, getting their new employees.
I'm gonna go work for Nintendo.
Well, honestly though, the people that make the best video games are people that grew up playing games their whole lives.
Yeah.
And that's why games nowadays, you get games in genres that are much more polished. Like Hollow Knight's a much more polished Metroidvania than anything that existed from the 90s all the way through the mid-2000s.
Yeah.
But it's just because the people that made that grew up with those games, and they were able to turn it into something even better because they had that experience.
I mean, look at Sonic Mania.
You
got the fans. You got the fans that do that.
People that grew up with games know how to do it better than the people that made the games to begin with.
Because they know what clicks with it. It's not about the numbers.
It's about what
It's about the memories, the fun, the love, the compassion.
Yeah, buddy. And that's what this thing's going to teach people before they learn how to do the numbers.
Yeah.
The programming numbers, not the money numbers, but yeah.
Your question.
Oh, is this my question now? Yeah. Okay. Plasma52 asks, has a game company's business practices or community ever turned you off from getting into that specific game/series? I've ever, like, maybe when I was younger community stuff, but I don't ever let a community stop me from, like, liking a game. Like, it doesn't, like, any game that gets big, there's going to be annoying people. Like, anything, like Minecraft or Undertale or Fortnite or Call of Duty, anything that's big has annoying fucking fans. All of them. You might think some things I mentioned don't, but believe me, when you have a large following like I do and everyone comes to you, you see a lot of faces you never used to. Everyone's annoying. Yeah. So that said, I just couldn't, it'd be ridiculous for me to let that. But business practices, certain games, again, like I talked about gacha earlier, I will never play a single one of those just because I know they purely exist to remove money from my life. Yeah. They don't exist for any other reason to diminish my wealth. And that is like, no, fuck off! Like, shit like that I'm never gonna touch, but like, not community stuff. That's all I can think of. What about you?
When it comes to the community stuff, I try not to let them ruin it for me. Yeah. Because rather than cut the game out, I cut out the community. Yeah. When it comes to like the
Smash, trim the fat, not the meal.
Yeah, no, I want that big plump juicy steak. I just want to cut the fat around it. Yeah, exactly. Get that disgusting stuff out of here.
Fucking weird.
Like that's literally, why do you think I'm still with Sonic? Yeah, it's not because of the it's not because of the community.
It's not because of the games either.
It's not because of the games either. It's because Sonic Adventure 2 is a good game.
It's because Sonic Adventure 2 I grew up with.
Yeah, I grew up with that, and that's what I liked. But like, it's just like, why miss out on something? Because someone else is like, ruining it for you.
I'm not gonna lie, like the culture surrounding Among Us is the most annoying thing possible.
Yes.
Oh, that reminds me, I need to put something that looks like the Sus character. What's his name? Sus? Whatever his fucking name is.
It's literally just Among Us character. It's
what's sus? Suspicious. Short for suspicious.
Sus is term for suspicious. You're looking kind of sus there.
Back in my day, sus is when you were making a YouTube poop and you played a clip back.
And you go sus.
And that's what sus.
Yeah, no, that's what. Yeah, no.
Sus used to be,
sus
or fuff or
rare.
Yeah. Rare is another good one.
Yeah.
Sus, fuff, rare. That was YouTube poop shit. Now it's Among Us. But I'm gonna put something in my background that just looks like the shape on the shape, and I'm gonna just like farm a billion comments that because you get people looking at two fucking shapes inside each other. They go red is sus, and it's just like if people are just robots at this point that just like are programmed to respond to like a certain visual. So just put that visual in my background. I'm gonna have 200 comments that are all the same thing every video, and that's gonna boost my video's algorithm. So I'm just gonna do some social engineering there.
He's a super villain, don't you know?
I'm a little fucked up if you think about it. I mean, if everyone's gonna respond to me in the same fucking way, I may as well take advantage of it.
Yeah, but no, the characters the name of the characters are the crewmates, and then like the one character or multiple characters that are like the bad guys, they're known as the imposters.
The imposter, I see.
I only know that because I play the game with my friends, and I stay away from the community.
But that's what I was getting at. That is such an annoying ass community, but I do want to play it at least once.
I think if you, me, Al, Mark, we play it, I think we'd have a fun time. We get a few other. Yeah.
Feels like you got to play with people you know and people who are funny. The kind of people you'd play a Jackbox game with.
See, I would play it with my buddy Z, and like he would know to kill me off because I did improv with him in high school.
Oh, so he can read you!
I know when he's full of shit. Yeah. I know it because he uses a certain voice, and he gets very like questioning. He's like oh, like that. I'm like you wouldn't go oh, you would go ah. Like, you fucker.
See, that is why you have to play because it's a social game. Yeah. So you need to play it with people that you know socially very well. People you can read. People you know the mannerisms of. Like, if I played with my friend Daniel, like, if he went, like, I would know what that meant, you know? That's meaningless to anyone else, but I've known him my whole life. I know he does certain things when he's feeling, you know, that's I want to do that. And to let, like... I fucking want to blow my own fucking ballsack off with a rocket launcher every time I hear someone say red is sus because of something I don't understand, and I have to feel like a 90-year-old weirdo that doesn't get kids shit. But I'm not going to let that not be, you know.
It is so fucked to think that a meme that we grew up with, the troll face, is now being repurposed as a new meme. That is known as the sus face. That is literally what it's getting called now, is the sus face. Because of Among Us.
Remember when, before it was the troll face,
it was problem?
No, before it was troll face, it was the cool face.
Yes!
Play it cool. Cool, officer. You know, and the cool face. You're playing it. That's what it was originally.
Yeah. And
then it became the troll face.
Yeah.
And now I guess it's the sus face.
Yeah, like, it's so weird. It's so weird seeing memes getting repurposed. Yeah. I'm too old for it now.
God damn. No country for old men like us.
Yeah, like, I'm trying so hard to stay, like, in like, a relevant age where things are going on. Yeah. But, like... Yeah, I'm just like, no, that's too stupid for me. Like, kids on Fortnite are saying, like, dog water, and I'm like, that's so dumb! Water. It's so foolish!
Kids these days are weird. Man.
Yeah, I'm like, dog water. I'm like, why don't you just say it's poopy?
I'm terrified of Zoomers, dude. I think they're just gonna, like, eat us all. I don't know what that means.
Listen, all I'm saying is, I am supportive of the younger generation. As long as they're not just being a bunch of little shits.
Oh, yeah, of course.
That is mine. Question. This question comes from...
this is going to be a 3-fucking-hour podcast.
Lamau.
I don't want to edit this later. I want to edit my...
I don't know if I'm saying that right. Lamau?
LeMay. That's my... LeMay-L.
LeMay-L.
That looks like a space.
All right, so I thought it was like Lamau, like laugh my ass off. Like... Sorry. LeMay L says
laugh my
favorite micro game from WarioWare. I'm gonna make this very short and sweet. It's literally just the one from Smooth Moves where you push the guy. You just literally hold the Wii out and you go boom, and you just see the guy like this and then go woo.
My favorite one is also from Smooth Moves, just because everyone fails it the first time you do it. Is the one where you have to drink a glass of water.
Yeah,
you have to do it like slowly.
Yeah,
but everyone, just because it is a brilliant game because it was programmed with that in mind. It had to have been like because your instinct is just to drink it, but you do it too fast and you just pour the water all over your fucking face.
James, when we went to Anime Next, we literally watched the competition. I completely forgot about this until
now. I said, watch this guy. Watch this guy. He's gonna dump on his face, and he did.
And I was just like, why?
He did. I mean, I did that the first time I played it too. You just don't know. That's my
baby's first drink.
Yeah, baby's first drink. It's your first legal drink. Be like. God.
It's very good. I like the pushing one. It's pretty good. I was glad they brought it back in
gold.
Yeah. God.
Q Tano. I don't know how you say that. Between Jak and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank, and Sly Cooper, which is your favorite? I think it would probably be Jak and Daxter if I played it. Based on what I've heard about the game, it sounds like the most me game out of the three, but I'm gonna have to say Sly Cooper because there's too many Ratchet and Clank games. They're all good, but they're too fucking similar. Sly Cooper's got 4 games, and like. I'd say, well, I actually haven't played 4, so I don't know, but the first 3 are all good, so I like Sly Cooper. I feel like Sly Cooper's a little more interesting than Ratchet and Clank, because I do a little bit more with it. Like, in Sly 2, when you're playing as, like, Bentley and Murray, and you're doing, like, a lot of stuff together in, like, that open world, that's fucking cool. Like, Sly 2 is really fucking good. I gotta review all those games sometime. I like Sly Cooper a lot. I never beat 3. I'd love to beat all those games sometime. What about you? Between those 3. Have you even played any of those games?
What did I do with that trilogy I got from that Toys R Us in the U.S.?
Ratchet and Clank or Sly?
It was Sly. I bought the Sly trilogy.
Because I still have the Jak one. I remember that, yeah. I bought the Jak one. Yeah.
Because I remember you're like, yo, look what they got. And I went, shit, I gotta buy that. And I bought it for $5.
It was $5. Yeah.
That was the last PS3 game I bought in retail.
Wow. And that Jak collection would probably be the same for me.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think it is Jak and Daxter.
Yeah.
Is literally my favorite series. Jak is my favorite series.
Making circles in the sand with my father.
Salt and pepper, baby.
That
cooking.
That phrase will be on the internet somewhere at some point in the future.
Milking cows and pulling plows, the farm life.
I had a friend tell me about
Uncle Farmer.
A friend told me about Jak and Daxter video he wants to do, and that's what it is. I'm not gonna say who it is though. You'll fucking
one of these days.
Someone of you will see that and you'll be like, oh, that's what Nitro Rad's on the podcast. You have another one?
I think I already know.
Oh, you probably know. Yeah. Pizza. Yeah. I like how we pretty much have our own fucking language. Cause, like, that's literally like code talk, and we just like, I know that you know now, but nobody else fucking knows what we're talking about.
Do twice.
Literally.
Yeah. So, from from my buddy Haru here. They say, "What's y'all's favorite show / movie at the moment?" I'm still liking The Office. I literally think it's one of my favorite shows. I gotta get back into watching Better Call Saul because I was really liking.
Oh, Better Call Saul's good.
Yeah,
I haven't watched TV in so long.
Yeah, no, because I just don't have a cable box. I don't need it.
Everything
I have is usually on either Netflix or Disney Plus.
Yeah. And
even when it's not that, I can watch it on YouTube.
I used to I would buy each season of Better Call Saul on PlayStation.
Yeah.
Is how I would watch it.
Wow.
That was like the only thing I've ever watched on PlayStation other than...
I watched the first episode of Naruto on PlayStation.
Oh, yeah? I watched the second season of My Hero Academia on PlayStation.
The only reason why is because someone hacked into my friend's PS Plus account, our PlayStation Network account, and because he was letting me have access to it through there on my PSP, so I could play Final Fantasy VII and all the PS1 games, and like we would just go back and forth and share it, right? Someone gained access to it, bought Final Fantasy V, I think it was 9, and a crap ton of Naruto episodes. And I was just literally like, who got into our fucking account?
And bought stuff for you?
And bought, like, episodes of Naruto. And I was like, why? I think there was, like, one episode of Seinfeld.
Did they use, like, was there a credit card on the account that they used? Or they used
the credit card that was attached.
Okay, so they weren't using, like, their own credit card.
No, they hacked into it and got access to it.
Why would you buy
and we were just
some fucking Naruto loser fucking hacking your place?
I was like Naruto, but, like, I could just watch it on Kiss Anime. I mean, I would never watch anything illegally.
Oh my fucking Lord, Brady. I bounce back and forth. Sometimes I don't give a shit. Sometimes I play it off. Sometimes I just try not to.
I just do it whenever.
Like, publicly on Nitro
Tuesdays, no. I do not watch anything illegally.
On like Nitro Rad, like, videos that actually get views. Like, I try never to endorse piracy.
Yeah.
But, like, on the podcast, sometimes I don't care.
Who cares? This is a different channel. Who's this?
All I should say is that,
I'm not saying go out and do it.
What I'm saying is if a multi-million-dollar corporation who is completely able to provide you with the products you want,
but just doesn't...
and are failing to meet that expectation that they should be meeting, and they have every ableness to be able to do that, then I say... Well, there's only one other option now, is there?
Yeah, that's what I justify it.
Neryl has a very good video called like the customers versus the company or something like that. Argument for ROM hacks or something. Neryl has some video about that conversation. Yeah. It's a great video.
I've ranted about it on Twitter. I mean, like even recently I've done it. Like it's a very common and just constant issue I have with gaming community. But like just like whoops, I made a slip up. No one will know. But, like, my favorite movie is, like, it's a tie between Guardians of the Galaxy 2, and I said it on my last podcast, Guardians of the Galaxy 2 or Thor Ragnarok. I literally think Thor Ragnarok is probably one of...
It's the best MCU movie,
It's the best MCU movie, and I slept on it for so long.
Really?
Like, it was, like, one of the movies that I just, like, kind of skipped, and I just went, oh... What the fuck happened?
Because it's like...
Thor's missing an eye.
I don't give a fuck about Thor. I don't really care about Norse shit or that character. And then it's just like...
as soon as they...
The first Thor movie is the most boring fucking shitty thing ever. And every second shot's a Dutch tilt for some reason.
Yeah.
And then, like... I don't know, people kept telling me the third Thor movie is good. It's like, why would I watch a Thor movie? And then when I marathoned all of them...
The Dark World.
Yeah. Dark World's actually the only Marvel film I haven't seen.
Really?
Or the only MCU movie I haven't seen.
Really?
Yeah, I never watched it. Just skipped it. Everyone told me to.
It's not that great.
I'll watch it sometime.
It's
I want to watch the funny thing where he hangs Mjolnir, the hammer on the hook, and it's funny because Chris Hansen improvised that. Chris Hansen, Hemsworth, I mean. Chris Hansen's not Thor. What if Chris Hansen was Thor? Chris Hansen.
Loki,
Chris Hemsworth.
Can I ask what you're doing here? Now, what's this about the 9 realms being chaos? I have transcripts from the Bifrost.
Bifrost.
Now, this comes from the Grandmaster. He says that you. Why would you say that? To young little universe. Okay.
I didn't even answer the question.
What's your favorite movie
right now?
Show?
Right now. There's a movie on Netflix called Jiu-jitsu.
Jiu-jitsu.
Fucking tart-funged. I just did it again. I tongue farted.
Tart farted.
Tongue farted. There's a movie called Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah.
And it just has Nicolas Cage on the cover, so we had to watch it. It's like Nicolas Cage wearing like a bandana with like a samurai sword, and the movie's called Jiu-Jitsu, which is the most like none of these things go together. It was, and then it was this nonsensical, fucking awful like. You remember like the 80s when like American producers would be like, yeah, Tai Chi, that sounds cool, let's make a movie about that. And it's like the most like bastardized, this is not what Tai Chi is. It's that on fucking crack. And then Nicolas Cage is like some crazy guy who's like, yeah, I was supposed to kill that guy 5 years ago, and now you have to do it, and you're gonna run away too. And it's like there's a couple of action scenes over the choreography, it's like actually pretty good. But it is like, so the special effects are laughably terrible. The acting is fucking horrible. Nicolas Cage is in it for no reason. The plot makes no sense, and it is awesome. If you have Netflix, watch Jiu-Jitsu. It's fucking fun. It's horrible.
James, I say this as a friend and out of concern. I think you're a prisoner of the Nicolas Cage.
Oh, it's me and my girlfriend just watching
in Nicolas Cage.
Well, this is fucking. Oh, I am in.
You are inside the Nicolas Cage.
I'm a prisoner in the Nicolas Cage.
You're imprisoned in the cage.
Yeah. Now we've only been doing that for like a little bit. It was the last podcast 2 weeks ago.
You could just have movie nights and just call them Nick Flicks.
Nick Flicks. So we watch a lot of movies. We don't always watch Nicolas Cage movies, but that's like the ones that stick out to me the most.
Yeah.
Nick Flick Mondays. I want to watch that animated movie that's like the characters look like Spider-Verse. It's like running on the same engine.
Yeah, I seen that.
It's like a road trip movie with a family.
I have a friend who kind of looks like
something versus
the dad.
Versus the Machines. Something versus the Machines. That looks awesome. Yeah. I want to watch that.
Yeah, a lot of my friends have been saying it's pretty good.
Yeah.
So Jacoby Fitzpatrick asks, Giga Bowser versus Fury Bowser. Who do you think would win? I literally think
Giga Bowser.
I think Fury Bowser.
I don't know much about Fury Bowser. I haven't played it yet.
From what I know, Giga Bowser is literally just a more gargantuan, grotesque version of Bowser, while Fury Bowser has clearly more power behind him. If anything, I think Fury Bowser is actually bigger in size, because like
he does look bigger.
If you can fit Giga Bowser on Final Destination up against Mario, and he's like Fury Bowser is literally like this.
Fury Bowser would be like standing on the edge of the stage and you fight his head.
Giga Bowser is probably the size of Fury Bowser's leg.
Oh my god.
So like he could easily go, ew, a bug, and just crush that
no question, Fury Bowser.
Yeah, Fury Bowser.
Benoit Dumoulin, sorry if I said that incorrectly. Benoit? Is that it?
I think Benoit
Dumoulin.
Dumoulin?
Benoit Dumoulin?
I'm so sorry if we butchered your name.
Is that French? Maybe, I don't know. Sorry if you said that incorrectly. But any VR games you're looking forward to playing? Just Resident Evil 8. There's not really a whole lot of other VR stuff that's on the horizon. I'm really stoked for it. But like, so Resident Evil 8, like that's out. It's on its way. I ordered it from Best Buy like a year ago, and it just shipped yesterday, and I'm just waiting for that to come in, and I'm so fucking excited to play Resident Evil 8. Resident Evil 7 is just like, when I got through that game, it was like almost perfect. And then Resident Evil 8 just looks like they might just fix the 2 things I didn't like about 7 and make it perfect. I don't know, we'll see. I'm hearing a lot of good things about it. Apparently it is really fucking good. It just looks so fucking... Joshua MacArthur... Oh, wait, no. I just asked one, so you do one now.
I already asked. I asked one. Jacoby Fitzpatrick.
But I just did the VR games.
Then... Okay, I'll just pull one from one of the previous ones that I've seen here.
Wait, are you out of questions?
Yeah, I ran out of questions.
Oh shit! Then I should just do my last 2 ones then.
Natalie Martin asks, "What's your favorite kind of pizza pie? Any pizza that's good."
Mushrooms and broccoli. My favorite pizza toppings.
I'm just okay with anything that does not have mushrooms or olives.
Yeah, you don't like mushrooms.
Literally, I'll take anything else. Maybe not sardines, or anchovies, like the fish.
Anchovies are actually nice on pizza if they're diced up into tiny little chunks and they're sprinkled over. Like, because when you have a little subtler, like, salty taste of anchovy, that's nice. But when you have the big honking strips on, it's too much.
Yeah, like, so I guess mushrooms, anchovies, and
everyone thinks anchovies on pizza is disgusting just because of the way it's served. That would be like thinking, that'd be like thinking like a fish is disgusting in general because they just give you the whole fucking thing on like a plate instead of like prepared. You know, it's like it's more so the how than the what. I got 2 more questions. I hope we actually got 30 of them. The plan was 30. Hopefully we actually did 30. Again, first time we're doing this this way. So I keep looking at the TV instead of the camera.
I'm so used for the TV and the camera being like dead on, right? I'm constantly looking here.
And I'm used to looking at the TV, but like I noticed that you keep looking in the camera. I'm looking away.
I look in the camera. I look over here. I look over the camera. I look over here.
Yeah. But another question. So Joshua MacArthur says, "Are there any games you want to review that you can't see yourself ever owning an original copy of? What would that stop you from reviewing that game?"
It's a big investment.
The thing is, like, I really don't want to review something if I don't have it, because then I just feel like it's an incomplete video. You know what I mean?
It's just genuine, I find, because like,
and I like to be able to show the fucking thing.
Because like you're not running it on its like original hardware.
The only game I did that with was, like, I think Gex 2. My Gex 2 video, I didn't actually have a copy of Gex 2 for PS1 when I reviewed it. I had it on PS3. Yeah. I just never showed it and never mentioned it, and then I never clarified. Then I got some comments be like, "You never showed the game like the other ones. Do you not have it?" And then I was like, "Yeah, I don't have it." But now, if I were to review Gex 2 now, I would want to review the Gex 2.
Is Gex 2 the one that says "uh-oh" on it?
Or is that's Gex 3. That's my N64 cartridge, but that's like an extra thing, though. I have the PS1 copies. I don't think there's... If it was a game I really, really wanted to review, if it was a big investment, if it was like a couple $100, I was like, it would just be like eventually, when I'm just financially fortunate to make a big purchase, it's like, okay, well, I'll get that so I can make that video someday. It would have to be that, because I wouldn't feel good about doing it if I didn't have it. I'm glad I just got my Sonic Adventures out of the way now, so like if I ever want to do any coverage on the original hardware, I'm like, the only thing I can think of is like the Silent Hill arcade games, just because it's like, how would you buy one of those?
God, literally our trip to round 1 was that was such a sad turnout.
Silent Hill arcade machine. I was so stoked to finally play it, and it was broken. It's broken.
Out of fucking service.
Yeah.
All right.
One last question. I almost say comment. One last question from Turnip. That's a cute little picture there. I like that.
Turnip.
Where do you find obscure games? Do people recommend them, or are you just in the know?
I just get them from the obscure store.
I'm just in the know. I was just born with all the knowledge of all the games that are obscure.
The gaming wizards blessed me.
100% of it is from YouTube comments. When I first started, there was a couple of games that I knew. Like, I knew Tasmanian Tiger and Gex and Rayman were the 3 trilogies I wanted to cover. Yeah. And then the first game I reviewed that was new to me was Vex. Yeah. It was either Vex or Rough Trigger. It was like one of those 2 things. Yeah. One of those earlier, like, offshoot, not part of a series, kind of weird or obscure things. And I learned those from YouTube comments. I learned about Vex from YouTube comments. Rough Trigger I found at a pawn shop. Sometimes I'll just find weird shit at a pawn shop, and I'll just buy it because I don't know what it is, and I want to find out what it is. And then that ends up being a video. Let's tell everyone what it is. But 90% of the time, it's like all these like weird platformers and stuff. Most of them you see me review, it's just YouTube comments like Kaya Dark Lineage, Haven Call of the King, Rascal, Mort the Chicken, even though you knew about that.
Yeah, I knew about Mort the Chicken because I grew up with it.
Punky Skunk. Mummy. Punky Skunk came from you. Sometimes, like very rarely, it'll come from us, but 90% of the time, it's just I just read YouTube comments, and like there's always people that are really fucking pushy with it. Sometimes I've had people comment, "Hey, you ever heard of this game?" and then tweet at me, "Have you ever heard of this game?" And then they'll message me on Facebook, "Hey,
email your business."
Yes, they'll find the Nitro Rad Facebook page and message that page. "You ever heard of this game?" And then they'll find the Nitro Rad email and email me, "You ever heard of this game?" And they'll do that all in the same day, and then I see all 4 of them, and this has happened a lot of times. People just commenting over and over. Like their fucking life goal is to make me review something. Like, again, sorry, there's hundreds of shit I want to review. I'll get to it probably someday. Like, there's a lot of shit I own, like, that I haven't reviewed yet that I just saw from comments, like games like Malice, games like Metal Arms Glitch in the System, games like Puppeteer, as I brought up earlier. I'm always reading. I'm always reading YouTube comments, and like I see a lot of suggestions for games I already plan on doing that I already own. But every now and then I still like I've been doing this for a long time now, so I do have a good stock of like obscure stuff I can go through. In the future, like I used to have more N64, PS1, and PS2 stuff, more Xbox. I have so much stuff I want to get through, but I'll still read comments, and every now and then I still see stuff I've never heard of, and I'll just Google it, and if it's cheap enough on eBay, I'll instantly buy it just so someday I can do it. Like very rarely, sometimes it'll be like when I'm researching. Because, when I start a video, I like to talk a little bit about what the studio is and what they made. And I remember, I found out about the Core Gang doing that, which is a weird Wii platformer. Okay. Because when I was reviewing Ghost Giant, that really wonderful VR game, I looked into the studio who made that, and they previously worked on the Core Gang for Wii. And then I found it on eBay for $15, and I was like, that looks like something I'd review. Let me get that. It's all just that. That's pretty much how I found out about obscure games.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. So thank you guys for commenting and telling me, you ever heard of this? You ever heard of that? You ever heard of this? Because as much as it might feel like he's never going to review this game, you're doing me a great service, great deal of help. Some people are fucking annoying with it, trying to harass me to doing it, but I'm still farting. It's just coming out, man. No, it does help me a lot, push me in the right direction, figure stuff out, even if I do have to read the same, suggestions over and over. It's it's just inevitable. I'd be silly to get mad at that because they have no way of knowing. So, yeah, it's just reading that and looking into it and being there's a lot of games that I get suggestions for that are, really expensive. Yeah. That's just, fuck. Like Gregory Horror Show and, is it called Twins? The Cypress Chronicles, something like that. That's one I get a lot of requests for that. Evil Twin, something like that. It's a Dreamcast game. I think there's a PS2 remake. That's expensive as hell, but I really want to cover it because it looks totally like a weird little thing I would cover.
I want to get a copy of Nights in the Dreams on PS2. There's a Japan exclusive port. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it got ported over. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Nights into Dreams is on PS2 in Japan.
Yeah.
I don't believe it.
No, for real. It's the same thing that when they re-released Crazy Taxi and Super Monkey Ball.
Yeah, and all that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was really cool because when I looked it up, I was just like, what?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I've never.
See the box art. I think with the actual box art, it's literally just Knights' head.
Oh,
yeah, that's it.
That was a fan thing I pulled up. Wow, I had no idea.
Yeah, no, I was when I was looking up Sonic Adventure 2 the other day on eBay. That was in the suggestion. I was like, what?
I got a Christmas Nights, and I also have...
Yeah, you do.
I have Nights, and those are the only two American Saturn games I have. All the other Saturn games I have are Japanese that were, donated to me by somebody. Thank you, that guy who sent me all those Japanese Saturn games. I'm not going to be able to play half of them because they're in Japanese, and a lot of them are RPGs, but, dude sent me,
That's incredible.
X-Men versus Street Fighter or whatever, and it's that's fucking cool to play that one time.
You played Bomberman.
He sent us both Bomberman games on Saturn. Yeah. That was fucking awesome. Japanese version.
Sonic Jam.
Sonic Jam, buddy.
To the person who did that, you actually made my entire week that time. Because I've always wanted to play the Sonic World segment of it, and it was just as amazing as I was expecting it to be.
That 3D controller is so cool.
Yes,
I love that thing. It's just such a weird, cool thing. I have Brady. I actually have RGB cables for my Saturn now, so we can plug it in through the FrameMeister and get it on this TV. Nice crisp shit. And I need to get more Saturn games. I want to get.
I need to get a Saturn. That's what I want.
Saturns are expensive, dude. I got a really scratched up one for $120. They're not cheap. Mm-hmm. And that was the cheapest one that there was. There's a couple of weird fucking platformers on Saturn I want to cover. I remember seeing this one that was an isometric 3D thing with 2D sprites that looked so weird. It's a quirky little Japanese character. It was a crocodile or something. I forget what it. It's very fuzzy. It was a long time ago I saw it, but I think I know. Do you remember? Do you have a name to that? I don't know.
And you say it was on Saturn?
It was on Saturn. Doesn't matter if I end up with like a PAL copy or Japanese copy, I guess, because I do have the Action Replay to play import games with. The Action Replay like plugs into the top of that thing. It has like a cartridge. It's so weird. Let me pull this thing up just for people that haven't seen one.
It wasn't Croc, was it?
No, Croc does have a Saturn version.
Yeah.
I would love to get... I want to get the Saturn version of Rayman, too. But, like, the Action Replay's a cartridge you put in the top. Like, you don't put games in there. That's just for this thing. The games go in the... disc drive.
Yeah, you can play Saturn Genesis games that way, can't you?
Can you?
Yeah, because like what I know is that the Sega systems from it was the Master System, I think it was, and then like Up, which had the Genesis and the Mega Drive. They always added add-ons to them, like the 32X. That was an add-on you could put onto your Mega Drive.
Yeah.
Right? So then there was the CD where you could get the add-on for the Genesis and all that stuff. Yeah. So this here is probably for the Genesis stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, the Mega Drive Genesis.
Like to plug a 32X into that?
Yeah, you could probably plug a 32X in the Genesis.
And then just
it probably says it right here on the label. Yeah, cartridge.
Just says cartridge input.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't buy that this thing plays Genesis games. I feel like I would know about that. I have exactly one Sega Genesis game. Let me get that and see if it fits.
Oh, wait, no, that's incorrect, actually. Yeah, it's not backwards compatible, but...
That's what I thought.
It's for RAM cartridges.
Oh, yes. Just
so
like the N64.
It was the Sega Mega Drive that had the 32X add-on and the
Mega Drive is
CD
just the
add-ons and stuff like that you could get.
The Mega Drive is just what the Genesis called in Europe.
Yeah.
But so I guess it's like similar to like that slot on N64. Yeah. Like put RAM in there. So
but I completely forgot. Yeah, they took out the backwards compatibility because it was going to be its own thing.
Right. It was going to be the Sega Neptune.
Yeah.
I forgot all about that.
Yes.
The fucking Sega Neptune.
Yep.
What a cool thing. Anyway, I don't know what this has become.
See you later. Bye.